Alrighty, theoretically we are live.
Hooray! Alrighty, hello and welcome. This is session, I believe, number 4 of Rolls for Severity's D&D campaign. The newest one, though not quite new anymore. We stream live every Sunday at 5 p.m. PST right here at twitch.tv/rollforseverity. I am Miss Wolfinger, the DM for this campaign, and I am joined by the 3 lovely players that you see before you, Kit, Tom, and Giggle. Lovely is not the word I always use for Giggle, but he's...
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, that is a very inaccurate description of me.
I don't know, that beard's getting pretty majestic.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, there is a lot of beard.
And it'll be gone in October.
Theoretically, that depends on people's donations.
So before we get underway, there's just a few quick things to go over. So first, each month we donate a portion of all income generated by Roll for Severity to charity. This includes that from direct donations, bits, subscriptions, and then any sales from the Roll for Severity store. This month's charity is the Bissell Center. It's an Edmonton-based shelter working with communities to empower and help people move from poverty into cultural, social, and economic prosperity. You can find them at their website at bissellcenter.org or on Twitter at bissellcenter. So having previously mentioned the store, we have one. The Roll for Severity store is up on tpublic.com/user/Roll for Severity, or you can click the link below the stream.
Oh yeah, I need to... I used my bonus action to cry will be up there soon.
Awesome. Hear that, Jamie? Get some swag.
Poor Jamie.
The third point, I know, at her expense too. How awful is that? The third point to mention, this is a pre-made campaign. We have varied rules. We use different player mechanics and
This
make
is not a
in-game
pre-made
adjustments.
campaign. This is a homebrew campaign.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's like my... Oh yeah, sorry.
This
it's
is not a pre-made
campaign.
campaign.
Pre-made by
Apologies.
me.
Yeah. Like, I was like, I made this. Yes, not a pre-made campaign. Very homebrew. So the rules will not always be as written. So like, fair warning, it's going to get weird up in here. You might be like, hey, that's not how that works. You're probably right. But in this case, you're probably wrong. So, to the players, what happened last time?
We found a house with a
We found a
pointy
dead
roof.
body.
We found a painting.
We did find a painting.
Painting.
There was a hidden room under a rug, which did not attack me. I would have not blamed Mel at all if it had.
No, that'd be copying.
Or revenge. Yeah, so we went into the zombie-infested city.
It went about as well as you would expect.
Yeah, we especially on account of we did not go stealthily into the city. We just kind of yeah, stealth and my war cleric does not go well together.
We
There are many
managed our
rooms.
expectations.
Yeah.
there's
We-
just climb.
That being said, I also very stealthily entered Father Farmer's house trying to find Kit when Kit was taking too long, or maybe just Naroke was impatient. But Father Farmer was also not a evil cultist who had kidnapped and had the orc boy mutilated in his basement. Orc boy was elsewhere. But we did find orc boy.
No, there was some weird hillbilly cult shit, but not the hillbilly cult shit we were looking for, so we left.
This is not the cult you're looking for. Yeah, so we went to the zombie city, and we found the house, got a bunch of books, found the orc boy in an alley, and then suddenly hands.
Helping
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah.
Helping hand. That's a great... Wow, what a great description that doesn't fit this at all. That sounds really nice.
Yeah, we
That
decided
is-
to take the entire body, and Mel said it was noble, but really we just wanted to make sure that there was like no room for ambiguity when we collected our money.
I like to imagine we were being good.
You can do that, Thomas.
Yay.
You can believe that if it makes you happy.
It does.
Wonderful. So you are very correct that there is hands. Do you guys see hands?
I do
Yes.
Yes.
see a whole bunch
Oh,
of hands.
lovely.
Oh, I don't like the look of that at all.
They actually look
Oh, look.
kind of festive. I
The
figured
raptor
out
has an icon.
Yay! Raptor
Yes.
icon.
a better raptor icon. Thank you, Giggle, for sending me in the right direction.
It is actually a picture of an action figure.
That works.
Jurassic Park action figure.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked really Jurassic Park-esque. Hopefully there's no suing.
Well, it's literally a picture of a toy, so...
Okay, fair enough. Was it your toy?
No. I wish.
Okay. This probably won't come as a surprise to you guys, but I'd like you to roll me some initiative.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty, let's see how poorly I'm doing right out the gate. Character sheet. Me and my -1 initiative. Let's go. Five.
You got a 5?
I did. I hope this does not bode, or hope this does not give indication of what my rolls are going to be like tonight.
Marsh is
I think it
sitting
might.
Pretty normal 10.
average. And, very nice, Nick. You often lead the way.
Well, I got a high dexterity.
Yeah, minus -1.
Marsh, what is your dex modifier again?
+2.
+2. Okay, perfect. So you do indeed go before.
Yay.
Okay, great. So top of the order, Nick, I'm gonna need you to make me a reflex save, please.
That's dexterity saving throw.
Or yes, dexterity saving throw. Pardon me.
It's a 7. That's bad.
That's bad. All right, so this hand that's come out before you, it's going for a straight shot for your throat. And you feel its long, withery, disgusting hands make contact there, and it squeezes. And you are going to take 4 necrotic damage.
Oh, that's not
Well,
bad.
that sucked.
All right. Your go.
All right. I am going to start waving with the cane sword to try and get this thing off of me.
Does it still have the grip, or is it just to like grab and let go?
It will still be gripping you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and cut that hand off.
I wonder if I just step
That's a
away, is the
16.
hand just gonna stay there?
A 16?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah, that hits. Roll me that
Okay.
DiMaggio.
I don't think sneak attack damage applies.
No.
That's 9 piercing.
9 piercing. Well done. Okay. And for your...
Yeah, I'm gonna go in for the offhand too, just to be sure. That's a 17.
I think this is a moment of wonder. You have hit with both weapons.
both
Yeah, that's
one
pretty
I
roll.
hit with both hands.
Woo.
It's always been one or the other.
This is
You
the
hit
first
it
time you've actually hit with both weapons.
It's 6 bludgeoning damage.
Big bludgeoning. That's great. Like, look, Ma, both hands.
It's a milestone for the campaign. Do I level up now?
Not quite.
No, if we were getting a
Alright.
milestone for that or for stuff like that, then we would have got a milestone when I finally hit something.
No, that was a great day. Everyone was happy that you were actually useful for once. No offense.
The
you
Naroke is
land
always
2
useful.
in his head. You land 2 solid blows, like a good bludgeoning hit and a good slashing hit with that cane sword. And it doesn't bleed or anything where you've made contact. Nothing's really oozing out of it. It's kind of ethereal. Like it looks as if it's harmed, and it lets go of your throat, but no blood or anything that you normally expect to see from a hand, an arm.
And these arms are just like phasing through the walls, right?
Yeah.
Can I move, or does it have me?
Nope. You have broken the, I guess, grapple.
Okay. In that case, I am going to back up a step. Probably going to eat an attack of opportunity. That's to stand sort of behind Naroke.
Meat shield.
Would that be an
That's what
attack of
he's here
opportunity?
for.
Because you're still within the 5-foot range of that hand.
Oh, you are within 5-foot range.
Yeah,
yes.
I will probably eat an attack of opportunity from this.
Gotcha. You haven't moved out yet, but the plan is to eventually move.
Yeah.
I understand.
Also, do I have that boy on my shoulder still?
Yes. So
Okay, so
I didn't make him an icon. I wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah, it's all.
You do
I
have the boy.
I just want to make sure that I know what I'm currently carrying.
Definitely. Yeah. Zolthu.
Yes,
on your
Zolthu.
shoulders.
Zolthu.
Every time you say that name, it sounds like you haven't decided what the name is until you're just finished saying it.
I know.
It's because she keeps
the
forgetting the
hardest
character's
for me
name.
to remember. And I'm gonna be confident this time, but at the end I'm like, is it?
It's like, I don't remember.
I should write it down on every paper, even if it's relevant or not.
Just a big notepad on Mel's screen. It's like Zolthu.
Zolthu. All right, so we're going to move ahead to Marsh really quick. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's too big. That's much too big.
Let's see here.
Okay, I do not appreciate that at all.
I do.
I'm gonna take your privileges away. Actually, can't do that.
There we go. Yeah, so that's 11.
All right. So you are going to take my friend. It's you try to like kind of matrix your way back, but it came so suddenly that it just happens to get a grip, withery, disgusting arms on your throat, and you will take 4 necrotic damage.
Okay. Okie dokie. So I am, let's see, with my bonus action, I'm just gonna ask my lizard friend to help me out. But in the meantime, I'm probably gonna try hitting this thing with my axe. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, I'm just going to try to chop my way away from it with battle axe.
Alright.
Oh, that's also 11, so probably not.
11 hits. Thank you.
Oh.
Yep. No, you got it. It's a bit awkward because it still kind of has like a dig into your throat. But you're a pretty strong lizard folk, and you let gravity, I imagine, do most of the work.
Yeah. I guess it is kind of stuck in a wall. It does kind of make it a bit easier to hit. Cool. I will roll for damage. That is 1.
All right.
Wait a second. That's you don't add your strength modifier to your battle axe damage?
My strength is 11.
Why do you keep trying to hit things with the axe?
I think it's cooler. I should really move back to the scimitar because I actually do have a bonus with that. It just seems more lizard folky.
The rule of cool always stands.
No, see, lizard folky is more hand axe and shield. At least if Soul Calibur has taught me anything.
Yeah. So that's 1 damage. I'll go mosey on the lizard.
All right.
4 for 5. So it just kind of moves up to my guy. I'm sorry, kid. I just go for the style points sometimes.
We're all gonna
Okay.
die here.
Look cool doing it.
Oh man.
Dragon style.
And sorry, give me a second. Okay, yeah, there we go. 1d20 plus 4. Ooh. Hey, cool. And assuming that hits.
Did crit? Sorry, 20.
21. Sorry, it's a 17 plus 4, so it didn't crit.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, no, that's gonna hit. Sure as shooting.
And it's statistically impossible for the lizard to do worse than me, so 5 damage. Woohoo!
5 damage. Yeah. So the hand. Yeah, it gets your lizard gets a good chomp, and same thing. You notice that it's not looking happy. It's flinching. It's moving around. No blood or anything.
It's giving me a big thumbs down.
Yeah, it's just really on it, like.
It just gives you the middle finger and.
Other rude gestures without having a body.
Ooh.
My mind is suddenly going Robin Hood Men in tights when they go like slapping the floors, like everyone's like
Okay.
trying to reach up, then they walk past and everyone just reaches their hand out, middle finger.
That was a really good one. Mel Brooks is a genius. All right, and Naroke, we are going to... You're last in line to settle your surprise attack, so could you please roll me a a reflex. Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw. Alrighty.
I was going to say reflex.
Dexterity saving throw. That is a whopping total of... Come on. 18.
18. Yeah,
How did
so,
I win out the dex?
Don't you have a negative?
Yeah, -1.
I don't know. You're big, I guess. All right, so
You're too tall
Big
for it
Blue
to
there
reach.
comes out, and it's going for your throat. And I think I like to picture that you notice the hand coming at Nick, that you kind of turn to look, and it gets a hold of Zalthu instead of your throat, completely sparing you any sort of damage.
Hasn't he suffered enough?
Oh no!
Oh, it looks to me like these hands want the boy back. I don't like that idea.
Okay. Thought you were gonna be like, here.
You want him, you could have him.
All right. So that was the 3 hands, their initial attack of opportunity. We are going to go top of the order, back to Nick.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action disengage and just zip on down to the end of the corridor. Boop.
All right. And then...
Would that provoke
as-
attacks?
It's disengage. You don't provoke.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Attacks for the rest of your turn.
That's right.
And is that where you end up
Yes.
with your disengage? Okay.
Ah, for God's sake!
I would like you to make me a reflex save, please.
God
Oh.
damn it!
This hand is a little stale.
I ran out of colors.
I thought it was like the slow and steady hand.
That's an 11.
That's an 11. All right. And so it's kind of like imagining being clotheslined.
Oh God!
So you get it like right in the meat of the arm before it
Fuck.
wraps around to give you a big old hug.
I'm now
taking one. Oh, go on.
Oh, I'm now just imagining like it like having reached down to grab Nick's, and now Nick's feet are just like flailing like a couple inches off the ground, like pulled against the wall.
Awesome.
Fuck!
You're only going to take 1 point of necrotic
Okay.
damage.
Well, that's good. I
Yeah.
still feel like shit. Okay, and then with my action, I'm gonna stab this thing.
All right. Stab away.
That's a 10. That's not gonna hit.
10 will not hit its AC.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. Marsh.
Hey, is this hand like currently grabbing onto me, or did it just kind of swipe at me, and then we kind of started fighting?
With a successful hit, you have broken the grapple.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's still in your face, but it's not currently grabbing onto you.
Well, I don't see too much reason to stay in the hand hallway, so I'm just gonna, with my bonus action, I'm gonna order my raptor to just kind of attack the furthest away one, and then I'm going to try to do the same. So, so for mine, I'm gonna move here. I assume the hand might try to take a swipe at me or something.
The hand currently has Nick held fast.
Oh, I was saying about the one that I was originally
of
next
course. Pardon me. Yes, there will be some attack of opportunity. Woohoo! Does an 18 hit?
to. Only just.
Only just meets it beats. Right. And it's gonna touch you for 7 necrotic damage.
Boop. Okay.
Just- Bad touch.
I just imagine it's like a little poke, and then just like everything's dark and evil.
0.
Well, I still have the battle axe in my hand, so that's a 9. Guess
No bueno.
not. And then the raptor will join. Boop. And I just get those rolls out again. 13.
A 13 will hit. Remind me, does your construct ever provoke attacks of opportunity?
Yes. Yes, I'm pretty sure he does, yeah.
Yeah, if the construct would leave, it would provoke an attack of opportunity, but attacks of opportunity take the reaction of the creature.
Oh,
So
right.
a creature
So
can't
it's
make
another
2
one.
on a single turn.
Yeah. Very correct. All right.
6 damage.
6 damage on Mr. Snail.
Mr. Snaily Hand. He makes a little snail with his fingers.
Oh,
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
That's my turn.
Beautiful. Okay, we're just gonna put us up to big old blue here,
Object.
and it is so Naroke. It's going to release its hold on the poor boy around your shoulders.
Yeah, that's right.
and
You
it's
can't
going
have
to
him. He's mine.
It already got what it wanted from the boy, and it's going to make a
Oh
withering
my.
touch for your head. It's gonna just try and grab the top of your head.
I'm gonna look down at the hand as it's reaching up. It's like, that's cute. So what am I rolling?
No, so I will be rolling an attack against you
Oh, okay.
for this one, and that's 19 to hit.
19. Do I have shield?
Remember what you're suited up with. Ooh.
I don't have shield. I have shield of faith. Darn. Okay. It gives me a noogie.
Oh, right on. Yeah, let's do it that way rather than a grab. It's trying to just dig those disgusting withered knuckles in there back and forth.
Ruffle up your non-existent hair? I think your character's bald.
My character's completely bald.
Would necrotic damage burn? I guess it would smell pretty bad, yeah. So you smell some, like, I don't know,
Rotten
rotting,
eggs?
a little bit of rotting flesh. Rotting eggs, love it. And I'm rolling low. You're going to take 4 necrotic damage.
4 necrotic damage. Alrighty. Well, that's just uncomfortable.
All right. As far as where players are placed, that's going to put us down to Naroke.
Alrighty. Would this actually... Oh, no, that does not give me... Wait, does it? No, not what I need. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of look at the blue hand and be like, "That I don't want it. I don't want that touch." And I'm just going to turn and stroll my way down. And I guess technically I'm using, because I'm carrying a body, I'm half movement speed, so I'm using my dash.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, which gets me to there.
All right. So I believe you'll only take attack of opportunity from blue, as green has already reacted this round. Yeah, and a 9 is not going to hit you. So it swipes, and like you feel just like barely a graze, but you're out in time.
Okay, I've got the boy hunkered up on my shoulders. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So yellow hand over here. Naroke, you would probably see this because you're pretty close to it, just running. You noticed it kind of flicker away from reality, or the wall rather. It just kind of dissipates, and then when it comes back, it's holding a rock, and it's going to throw it at you.
I don't know why I find this so
funny. Now I'm about to get stoned.
Ugh. Boo. Yeah. So that's 22 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
And you will take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Just like tunk. Ow.
Yeah, I guess for a big old Goliath, that's not as menacing as I thought it would be.
If you threw that at Kit, then If you do that kit, then sure, but...
I might actually just die on the spot if that hit me.
So it's 3 points of
All
damage?
right. That was 3 points, yeah.
Okay. You just boop. Oh.
Which moves us down to this hand that is phased at the wall.
Christ.
And it is going to throw a rock at Raptor.
No. Rappy.
That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. And poor little Raptor's going to take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Not so
That
poor.
might have dented the frame, maybe.
I imagine the rock just, like, hits it and just gets stuck into the material.
Basically.
Oh, yeah. It is like bark and twigs and mud.
And a rock.
Yep.
A rock. I'm thinking like a metal tang, but it's
You
really
just
not
made
a
him more
robot.
powerful. You're adding more stuff to him.
It now has rock bash.
This isn't even my final 4.
Just keep throwing rocks at me.
All right, and that is going to put us back up to Nick.
Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Bonus action, disengage. Get out right into the middle of the street here, and if one of these comes up from the floor, I swear to God, I'll come into your house. And then I'm going to take the shiny new crossbow that I haven't had a chance to try out, and I'm going to shoot at the snail one.
Nut snail, all right.
Just now get bonus
That's a
because
10.
shooting through Raptor? Or...
Oh. Yeah, I guess that counts as shooting into melee, right?
There aren't any 5e rules on the books for shooting into melee.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking Pathfinder again. A 10, unfortunately, does not hit.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Which throws us down to Marsh.
Let's see here. Thinking. I guess I will keep my. Yeah, I'll tell my raptor to just move out to the open after my turn. And then I myself am just going to move out into the main street. So I assume the snail hand is going to attack me?
Did it use its attack of opportunity? No, it did not. Yeah, it'll try and do a grab at you,
So
particularly your throat.
you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think my raptor's distraction ability still comes into effect for an attack of opportunity.
Thank you
I'm
for
not
reminding me.
100% sure though, but I think it does. It's let me just read it out loud. On the attack roll of a creature if it sees within 5 feet. So I guess this counts as an attack roll, so I'll just use that to impose disadvantage
Yeah,
on his
that's great.
on Snail's attack.
Love it. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. So disadvantage, does a 10 hit?
No, it does not. Nope.
Okay.
'Kay.
So it's going for its mouth, and it just, I don't know, it whiffs it. It just kind of like boofs it on the head a little and does nothing.
Okay. So yeah, I did that with one of my moves. The other move is I guess I'll switch back to the scimitar because it's kind of a bit more consistent. And then yeah, I guess I'll just Raptor just kind of hangs out with the party.
Right.
That's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, Raptor makes it back there, chittering just fine. All right. Red hand over here, Naroke.
Oh, I'm
It's
getting
gonna
stoned
try
again,
whipping.
aren't I?
It's gonna try whiffing an old book at you. So you wouldn't have seen this, but it too kind
Do
of
we need that
phased
book?
away from reality, and produced a heavy book when it came back. A 12 will not hit you.
Not even close.
So I like to think as you're just like trying to go along, you just hear a thud behind you and don't really pay it any mind.
Okay.
Can we get these guys to get the books for us?
We already have the
No.
books.
More books.
All right, Naroke, what you doing for me?
Yeah, I've still got Zolthu over my shoulders, so I'm just gonna keep on trekking my way down. Come on, give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To reach here, so I get 2 attacks of opportunity, 1 from green, 1 from pink.
Yep. Ooh, no, the 17 won't hit, will it?
You
Nope.
can take your action to disengage. It's only me who does it on a bonus, but you can.
But I'm carrying a body, so I'm half movement speed. So if I want to move my full movement, I can't use my action to disengage.
Okay.
But they both whiff it anyways. The highest got like a 17.
Yeah, it's
So,
not enough.
No bueno. You feel the wind as they try and kind of go for you, and they miss. It's a nice breeze in these sweaty times. All right.
That is a lot of hands. I advise we get away from this handsy situation.
Hand
let's-
puns.
Let's just avoid this.
Another rock lands right here, kind of at the his feet. Rolls out from the
Wait.
alleyway.
Okay,
Can I
let's
quickly-
turn a corner so they can't see us
Oh.
anymore.
If I like throw a rock back at one of the hands, would it try to catch it? Like I'm kind of curious.
Make me an attack roll.
Don't play
Sure.
catch!
I want to play catch with
Don't
it.
play catch with the evil death hands!
Run d20 plus 14. Does it catch
Now,
it?
odds or evens?
Evens.
Evens, it does not. No, it just
Aw.
phases through.
Okay, well, I lose interest, and then I'm down for leaving now.
Yeah, I'm in an incredible amount of pain. Let's go.
I'm gonna reach over and kind of like pat Nick on the back. It's like you'll be fine, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Ooh.
Because, yeah, believe it or not, the
Don't
War
say-
Cleric does actually have a healing spell. So cast Cure
Nick
Wounds,
seemed
and that's
fine,
1d8 plus 2.
just a little bit gray is all.
This withered mark across his neck.
1d8 plus 2. 18. You get 8 health back.
I
Yay.
thought
And
18
I have-
for a second.
I have to roll
Magic
1d20.
Surge.
It does not surge.
It definitely does not. That
Pat
is,
you on the back to
okay.
heal you, suddenly turn you into a potted plant. It's fine.
Easier to carry. This is what, you only stay in that form for a couple hours, right?
Depends on your roll.
Oh, that's true. It could be way worse than that. Well, go on.
Yeah, I advise we hightail it on out of here.
Yep, let's go. Okay, so we
Um,
do a leave.
We do a leave.
You will leave.
Yep.
Are we trying to go stealthily as we leave? Like, as we try and get the hell out of here, or?
I mean, if we're leaving anyways, I can't see the harm in going at a brisk
What
pace.
time of day is it?
So
It
you're
was-
getting into like early evening
Okay, how long is it gonna take us to get out of the city at like regular speed?
at a regular speed. You know what? Since you kind of know the way, since you've already managed your way in, you know what to look out for. I'd say a little less than an hour.
Oh, okay, so like 2 hours if we try to go stealthy.
Not even. No.
All right,
I
we
would-
might
I
as well
wouldn't go
try to
that.
sneak out, just to avoid further complications.
Alright, I will do my utmost.
I tell the raptor to engage sneak mode, and then
Ugh.
it just lowers a couple inches.
1.
That's a 12 for me.
I did my utmost and it was a 1.
Wait, you have disadvantage on stealth?
Because
Is
I
that
am
'cause
wearing
your armor?
my armor.
Your armor. Holy moly, Stromboli. Okay. Yeah, so
I just like take a step and just trip and just pick up, put everything back in the chest,
Boom.
put the kid back on my shoulders.
That's so good. All right. So down this this road that you kind of followed when you're going and looking at his tracks leaving the scholar's house. It was empty when you came out. It's still pretty empty now. Can I get you guys to roll me perception checks?
4.
13.
12.
All right. So Naroke and Nick, you guys hear that familiar zombie din, but it isn't anywhere near you.
Are they still stuck back where we locked him up? Where I chopped the pillar?
Hard to tell. You can just tell it's sort of off in the distance and not in your near vicinity, but you probably don't want to stay in this area too long where you took a tumble with a boy's body on your back.
Fair enough.
But for now, nothing seems to be on you.
So are we going back the way we came, or are we finding another path out? Because we did topple a statue, which the noise would likely have attracted a whole lot of zombies. Plus, we'd have to go over the statue, which is also probably surrounded by a whole lot of zombies.
I think we find another way out through that wall and then get back on the route we used to get in.
Up to you guys. I'll take the zombies over the bee wolves.
No, I think I'll take the bee wolves.
But the zombies don't sting.
Yeah, but the bee wolves didn't sting me much either, so I'm with Nick on this one. I'll take the bee wolves. Plus, okay, I have to wash my armor. There is still bits of flesh in here, just like picking out a part of one of the hands.
It's like an eyeball dangling.
So yeah, back towards the hole in the wall.
Yeah, maybe it's easier to get over from the other side.
Yeah, because I couldn't get up, but it's possible we could get down.
So, Marsh, are you proficient in survival? Wait, no, is survival... Which one's tracking? Like, trying to find
survival.
your way? Okay, great.
I can do survival things.
So can
you
I.
all make me survival checks then, just if you'd like to contribute, just to try to kind of find your way out and be mindful of the noises in the city around you.
I think Marsh has this.
I win 23.
That's a natural 20.
Yep.
Holy moly. Okay, so I like to think you sort of like taste the air a bit, and then something just clicks, and you're like, to victory! And then just jauntily going over.
It smells the right way.
And considering the way you came, it's really easy for you to remember which steps you need to retrace, and then how far to go to bypass where the statue kind of encounter was with all those zombies, how far to bypass it to find that like whole ruin that Naroke had first investigated. And you guys are able to get behind that building that was toppled. And you can see sort of where the hole kind of caves in. You just need to climb up the old ruined house now. Can I get you guys to make me
how high is it?
Perception? So it'd be like 20 feet high, but it's at a slant, so you're not climbing like a sheer wall, but like a loose rubble sort of wall.
Does anyone... Oh, I have rope, so technically really only one person has to climb it, and then the other can just let the rope down.
Climbing things is kind of a thing that I do, so I could do that.
Are you going to climb it, or do you want me to just
watch,
like, throw you?
Yeah, I just kind of pass it.
Can Naroke just throw me? Like a cheerleader toss.
Fast.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Nick,
that would be athletics on his part, right?
Dominic ball special.
Would this be athletics on my part? Or would this be me giving Nick advantage for acrobatics? Like, because basically I'm just being used as a pole or as a vault essentially.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's do that. So you kind of got the hands on the hips. Nick, you can give me acrobatics roll with advantage.
Dope.
See if you stick the landing.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, you do a little flip in the air, too. When you land, you kind of, like, have your toes pointed like a ballerina, kind of off to the side. A little flick in the hair.
Perfect
Oh,
landing.
that was
Just
sec-
Okay, I will secure the rope so the other guys can climb up.
Sounds good.
And then I think for you guys to climb, would that just be athletics since there's no climbing check in 5e?
Usually,
yeah, probably athletics with advantage because we have a rope.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Unless you want to acrobatics it by doing.
No,
weird stuff like Nick.
I'll just use the rope.
Nah.
It's a good thing you have advantage on that.
Yep. Let's see here. And so like the second one was for my lizard, which I guess I technically rolled twice. Okay, so yeah, 18 and 19 or 19 and 18 between me and my raptor.
Okay.
14 for me.
All right, yeah. So Naroke and Marsh, you guys kind of make it up easy enough, and then I imagine your raptor just like bites onto the rope, and you guys haul it up.
I had a plan. I had a plan B where just at the very end I would just tie the rope around the raptor, and then just I don't know, me or Naroke can just
Start walking.
crane it up.
That
But
probably made more sense.
he's got climbing skills, so he can hold on to a rope.
Okay, great. Yeah, the raptor's up, no problem with rolls like that.
See, what I was kind of imagining with the raptor is basically the raptor would like bite onto the rope and then just start like wrapping it around. He doesn't need to breathe, so it's just keep wrapping it around, like take a step forward, wrap his head around, take a step, wrap it up. Get up top, just unwind the raptor from the rope.
That would be a very weird way to climb a rope, but
well, I'm
I guess
imagining
if he
just
doesn't
like
have to breathe.
part of me is
Basically a rappelling rig, but analog.
yeah.
It's a really good thing it's a construct, and you're not actually doing this to like a real raptor.
We don't have to worry about.
Well, if it was a real raptor, it'd probably just
safety.
jump up. Because it has better jumping height than me vaulting Nick. So
That's a good point. And like feathers, right? So it would just kind of shimmy. its
Well,
way
I
up
don't know if I
over.
put too many feathers into it.
well, if it was an actual raptor,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
an
if it was
actual
a real-
raptor. Yeah.
Right? Raptors have feathers? Whatever.
Theoretically,
Passes along.
there's been just debate both ways.
Dinosaur debate. Dinosaur debate.
Not doing that today.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
what it's-
I refuse.
Yeah, so you guys are up. It's a little bit shaky. The ground's kind of, not, you don't want to be up there for long. So I imagine you're just going to carefully, oh, actually, no, while you're up there, perception checks.
17.
Double 16.
Natural 20.
That's a lot. 20.
Holy crow. Yeah. So from where you guys are up there, you have a fairly decent vantage point of the area surrounding you where that hole is. And so you can see that there is a big swarm of zombies. It'll be off to your right, mulling about the kind of town that you're in. You think you can sneak past them if you're quiet. They don't seem to be walking. They're just sort of like doing like a high school dance. Like when you're slow dancing with someone, just moving back and forth from foot to foot.
What did we stumble upon?
Small
Also,
town
it's the elevator
dances.
scene from the Super Mario Brothers movie.
But there's
I
a
guess.
big swarm of them. You get a head count of like 17 there.
Jesus.
And then what looks like just a couple farther off to your left, but they're kind of rounding a corner. So the way you have to get out looks pretty clear right now, but there is some danger
I mean,
off to the sides.
we definitely know we can outrun zombies, so like, if sneaking fails, an outright sprint isn't gonna hurt anybody,
Correction,
right?
we know we can outrun zombies when Naroke isn't carrying a whole ass
Okay.
other person.
I can surprisingly, I think, help with that. Just give me a
Don't
second.
worry about this one. I'm pretty sure that when it comes to fleeing these ones, we should be a-okay.
Okay. If you're sure, if you're at all concerned about your zombie safety, I can give you a little bit of a speed boost.
Well, we'll see if we need the speed boost, but at least for now, I think we should be all right.
If
See
you're
how
sure.
badly I fail my stealth check.
Sorry, so you
Yeah.
guys are going to try and
We're
sneak
gonna
down
sneak.
quietly, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll
I think,
go
yeah.
last.
Okay. What was that, Tom?
Oh no, I was just I was just kind of saying sneak until it inevitably won't work, and then run.
Yeah.
That's usually the
Works so
plan.
far.
It's like, I'll go last, because if I do make a ruckus, then At least you're already on the ground and don't have to jump down and then run.
And I think it goes without saying, Nick, you take your rope back.
Yes.
Oh,
It's actually Marsh's rope, so I give Marsh's rope back.
Right.
just kind of shove it back into the handbag.
Pardon me.
While we're not at the base. When we kind of get down, we're not like significantly close to any zombie groups, right?
No, because when you get down this hole, it's kind of like not really a hallway, but where it's caved in, you're gonna have to kind of go low and maneuver your way through. Like your rope had to get pretty low, and then you'll be out in the clearing. But you didn't see any zombies right down where.
Okay, I'm just checking the surroundings because I'm gonna slap myself with a healing spell. So that's D20, and is it on a 1 or on a 20 bad stuff happens?
On a 1.
On a 1 is the surge.
Hey, no surge. And then I'm just gonna... I really should have done that, like, on the wall. I just didn't think about it till we got down. Yeah, and I just healed myself for 6 before stuff starts getting real.
That's lovely. What is it, like a D8 that you heal? I can never remember.
What do you
It's 1d8 plus 2. I also have the Cure Light Wounds spell.
Nice. Okay. So you guys are sneaking on down?
Yes.
So are we rolling stealth for... Yeah, I was going to say, are
Let's
we
do
rolling some
stealth,
stealth?
Yeah, it won't be acrobatics to get down. We'll just call it stealth and
Okay, that's a
merge it
13.
into one. All right, 13's great. Yeah.
We should really just have a Naroke roll first and then...
No, see, I was hopping down. I was hopping down last, which is why I was hopping down last.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's 16 for me.
And that's why I'm hopping down last.
All right. So Nick and Tom, you guys get down kind of the slope. Very little in the term of like rustling debris falling at your feet, and you're starting to kind of contort to get through the small entryway when you hear like
kaboom,
and see like rocks and stuff coming down at your feet.
Yeah, because I've still got the kid on my shoulders. So I'm imagining I basically like hop down and hit the rocks and like and just like bouncing down, like kind of like when you start going when you like step on the very edge of a set of steps and you just down them.
That's so good.
Ow.
I advise we hurry.
So you've made it down. Now with the chest and the boy, I believe you're gonna have to deliver one of those things so you can clear how low this passageway is.
Since I have the chain that I currently have been using as like sleeves for the chest, can I basically just take one of those sleeves and just wrap it around the boy, and then I hold on to the other one? And so basically I'm just dragging both the boy and the chest behind me? I can drag 900 and something pounds, so...
Oh, you can do it. You are more than welcome to drag his poor body.
He's dead, he's not gonna mind.
Well, if it wasn't going to hell before...
I'm hoping we just weekend at Bernie's this once we bring it back to town.
No!
I'm still alive.
Yeah, no, you can do that without any trouble at all. Get a good
Yeah,
wrap around him.
I imagine the other two are kind of getting ready to hoof it as soon as we all get through the hole, so...
Yeah, so you make it through the hole. What would 3 of you like to do? How would you like to proceed?
How many like you said there's about 17 or so zombies. Did they turn and notice the kerfuffle of my stealth?
Let's do some perception checks. Those are my favorite.
What's your favorite?
They reveal so much.
At 18.
Part of me wants to get a nat 1 just as like it doesn't reveal jack all.
Yeah.
But no, I got a
Fine,
15.
guys. All right. So Nick, you can tell right away because you got down first that the sort of like meh that you were hearing of the zombies kind of went up an octave. It doesn't sound closer or louder, but it changed. Yeah, sort of like. Anyways, there's an upset in the status quo, which sounds like maybe you've piqued something's interest.
Okay, I think we got their attention, but I don't think we're quite in trouble yet.
Again, if anyone needs a little bit of magical help to get out of the situation, just let me know.
We'll see when we need it. As I'm like putting the chest back on and plopping the boy up over my shoulders.
Okay.
Uh,
And given how your vantage point up on the wall, you guys know pretty much the way you'd have to go to get to the kind of makeshift gate that they had.
well, I vote we boogie.
Okay. Wanna do this as stealthily as you can, boogieing, or
Yeah, probably.
okay. Let's see those stealth checks.
Hey, 24.
19.
12.
Huh,
That's surprisingly good.
It's our best set yet.
Yeah, with I imagine. Oh my god, I was gonna call your character Tom for a second. With Marsh leading the way.
Nope.
With Marsh leading the way and having rolled so ballin' before on his survival check, you're like flipping around corners and flipping back and doing these weird hand signals that no one really understands.
Yeah, Nero's just like,
you're all maneuvering.
I've got no idea. Is this
He's,
some
he's
lizard
humming
folk
his own
talk?
theme music.
Totally.
But stealthily.
But stealthily, and it's effective. And you're like stop moving them around other buildings to get around like a stray zombie that you didn't see. You guys are doing surprisingly well getting towards the gates. Good rolls, everyone. I need you guys to roll me one more set of perception checks.
21.
Oof, that's a
Ooh.
natural one.
9.
Okay. So Naroke and Nick, you don't hear this, but Marsh, you hear it's really out of place and kind of coming from down a road where there's like a house that you can't see around. It's almost like a ghostly xylophone noise, and it's getting louder.
I don't know much about zombies, but last I heard they don't have ghostly xylophone noises, as I quietly indicate to the group where I'm hearing this.
Notice I don't hear anything.
Yeah, no, I think that's just you, dude.
I think you
guess
might have
it
a bit
does
of
kind of sound a bit crazy.
I think you might have a little
Well,
bit of zombie in your ear still.
just kind of take one of my fingers and just wiggle around in there. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure it exists. I don't know. We just have to. You said it was coming from a house, right?
It seems like it's coming in the direction of where a house is. Yeah.
I mean, as long as we avoid that spooky house, I'm fine.
Yeah, I don't think
So
we
it's like
have.
Flight of the Bumblebee, or
I don't know. Like, it's not quite like a evil piano. It's like, would an evil xylophone just be like you take like the one like you take the hammer thing and just move it across the xylophone slowly?
It's more like, rather than like a slow thunk thunk thunk, it's like you have two of those little things and you're just going up the higher octaves and then down the higher octaves.
I try to do this with hand motions with an invisible xylophone.
I think an evil xylophone is
so-
just a marimba.
I mean, if we really want to like be sure, I do have a drum on me.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
A ghostly jam session.
Do I have any instruments with me? I don't quite think I remember to bring any of those. Let me double check.
Ghostly jam session, tempting me.
My one
I
weakness.
think my best bet would probably be playing the spoons at this point.
I don't even remember where I got my drum playing ability.
It's called castanets. Anyways, I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of where your musical prowess came from.
One day.
So it's worth mentioning that you guys are now like 50 feet from where you need to be to get out of the town.
How long have we been in the town?
You guys did surprisingly well, so it hasn't even been an hour yet. Because you're going slow and stealthy, but you are precise in where you need to
So
go.
an hour from the hands, but like
From the hands, yes.
But like in total, since we arrived in the city and drank our under the tongue potion,
Right. So you guys are coming up on like 9 hours.
Oh, we still
It
got
covers-
so much time.
It covers like 24, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we're good. Yeah, I guess we motor.
yeah, we could always go and sleep in the creepy xylophone house, but
I would prefer that we didn't.
I'll avoid the zombie jamboree, thank you very much.
I see your plot hook, and to this I say no thank you.
If it was something more inviting than a creepy xylophone, it might pique my interest.
Like a harmonious harp.
Yeah, if it was like a flute or something, I'd be like, hey, that might be fun.
But yeah,
Sounds like a xylophone.
let's motor.
Let's go. Let's just go.
All right.
I want to spend a minute here longer than necessary.
Wise, I say. All right. Well, you reach the kind of broken down gates of the small outer town well enough. Is there anything you'd like to say before you leave?
Sayonara,
general?
Zombie City?
We'll be back soon.
Oh, yeah, we have to come back. See you soon.
I'll be back.
Great.
Ah.
So the road that you're taking back, it's pretty quick. Like you've already traveled this path before. And something to note that now that you're getting into like early evening, the blight that's around you, the darkness is like significantly darker. It feels far more intensified. And you guys notice something that you didn't see before when it was like substantially brighter. But there's these like little branches coming out from a makeshift path, and they're about like every, I'd say, 100 feet or so, and the tips of them glow with this like faint, eerie blue like aura, almost like they were just little lights to kind of guide your way.
Well, that's creepy. Don't like that.
And these are just like branches that's like stuck in the side of the road?
It doesn't look like they've been like a stake. It looks like they've grown up out of the road.
I think the forest is trying to tell us to go somewhere.
I'm gonna walk up and I'm
Our
gonna break one of them
path?
off.
Oh god.
The glow dissipates immediately.
Oh well, that's just unfortunate. I'm gonna like take the stick and try and like stick it back on where I pulled it off from. It's like close enough.
I think you need some tape for that guy.
Yeah, I don't
I like
got
to
any of
think
that
of,
on
like,
me.
You're trying to line it on, and like occasionally you get it in just the sweet spot where the glow sort of flickers again, like it's trying to regain its life, but you can't restore it to its former glory.
Yeah, let's
Are you
go.
proud of yourself?
I was curious. I figured maybe I'd have a light that didn't involve fire. I was wrong.
Is this kind of glow kind of leading us like towards the town or like towards the city we're leaving from, or is it kind of somewhere we haven't quite seen before?
Well, so you'd imagine it's leading to the city, so
Okay.
like this outer town. Sorry, but it's from what you recall from your jaunt earlier. The way you came kind of veers off to the left a little bit, and you can try and refollow those steps, or you can follow along this faintly not illuminated path, but path that has like these little glowy place markers.
I think we check this out next time and get this stuff back to the town as soon as possible.
Well,
But it's shiny.
the other way that we
No.
went had the bumble wolves.
That you slaughtered.
Frankly,
That we killed.
well, we
The bumblewolves that we killed.
I really hope
killed
we didn't
some.
harm the
We
bumble wolf
really don't know how
population.
many there are. I doubt we
Ugh.
abolished the entire bumble wolf population.
Okay, but like you'd never follow the creepy glowy stuff in the woods. Like I feel like this is just common sense.
I mean,
You can
it
speak for
could be a
yourself on that
shortcut.
matter.
No, it's
I
never
have
a
most
shortcut.
certainly-
It always leads somewhere horrible.
Not
Maybe
always.
we'll find a nice cabin somewhere that we can stay, so we don't have to pay 5 gold to stay the night at the inn.
With a witch that kills us and eats us.
Cabin in the woods. I've heard that before.
No, see, the key to life is to always do the obviously correct thing. Don't pretend confusion in situations of perfect clarity. I don't think it's a good idea to follow the glowy path in the woods in the weird undead cityscape.
Can we see the town that we're going back to?
I scratched my chin.
No. It is dark enough that with the thick essence of the blight, you cannot see it. You have the map, and you're like very sure that the way to go.
We're very sure, but yet we're still really thinking on these glowy.
What's this we? I'm not really thinking about this. You're the one who's thinking really hard about this.
Last time I followed my gut feeling, I got a cool box out of it. I might find another cool box this way, but you know what? I don't really want to be lugging around this orc blood boil night. So
yeah, he's getting
I'm
kind of
fine.
heavy. I vote that we just hustle back.
Yeah.
Let's not go exploring with the dead body.
Yeah, that's more what my issue is, so that we can stop following the cool path.
Okay.
Okay.
So you end up following the cool path for like maybe 2 minutes
Woohoo!
before it completely veers off, and you're relatively sure that you're following the exact track that you made back, because it was just leading out to the city for a bit, and now you're diverging off of it. So it's getting pretty late in the day. You know, you guys had a couple rough and tumble encounters, and you're definitely feeling not the greatest. You imagine if you did not have that potion from Madge, you would be far worse for wear.
Mm-hmm.
And after about 30 minutes, you see two kind of disheveled houses off in the distance. Small. House is a bit of a generous term. They're just two little buildings.
Were those here
Are they
on
made
our
out of
way
gingerbread
out?
and candy?
Did we pass those on the way in?
You did not.
I don't like that. I don't care for that.
But I'm getting tired. It seems like a good place to maybe stay the night. Actually, wait, I'd rather sleep on the ground. You know what, this isn't actually that enticing for me.
I don't care for this at all. How long would it take us to just get all the way back to the town at this point?
So you're thinking like maybe 2 hours to walk back?
And we've
Or you
we've
can
already
try
been
and look
walking
down.
for quite a bit today, so we're probably reaching that exhaustion point
You're
too.
reaching your exhaustion point.
Yeah,
So
what time of night is it?
it's hard to tell with just the inky blackness that's slowly been growing even all throughout the day. But if you had to guess, you're probably coming in around like 6:30 p.m.
Oh,
I
that
think
early?
We push for the 2 more hours.
Are we
You
sure?
guys left really early, I believe, right?
Yeah, they're like 8 in the morning.
Okay.
Are we sure we're not lost? Because I didn't remember 2 houses on this path.
I don't care for that.
Hmm.
Can we, like, orienteer, double check the map, and make sure that we're on the right track?
Yeah, I think
pull
that
up
would
the
be a
map
good
and-
course of action.
Absolutely. Would that be in nature or intelligence?
Probably survival again.
Yeah, let's do survival. That's
Yay!
give me some survival checks.
That's a 9.
18.
18.
It's 11.
All right, so Marsh, you are taking a clear look at this map that you have and kind of looking at your surroundings and thinking about the way you came. And you think you may have veered off the path you had taken before because it is late, you're getting exhausted, it's dark outside. So you're starting to think that this isn't nefarious. You guys maybe just went a few too many paces in the wrong direction.
Okay.
And you are certain how to orient yourself back.
I'll just mark where we are on the map with a little note, and then I'll just kind of mention it's like, it's more that way.
Okay, so these
I vote we
houses
push
didn't
for the
appear
2
out of
more
nowhere.
hours. Well, one would certainly hope.
We could always knock and ask.
I'm not ruling anything out at this point. We heard creepy xylophone noises. Well, I say
To
we,
be fair,
I mean Marsh.
yeah, Marsh heard creepy xylophone noises. I still do
kinda
not believe
slowly-
that it may not have just been zombie guts.
Slowly pull out the drum and then put it back in the pack of holding.
Crap, did your raptor do a perception check? I don't remember now.
I normally don't do perception checks on the raptor
Right.
unless you call out for it.
Yeah, fair enough. The raptor probably heard, though. Jamming along with you.
He's just bobbing his head to the
Got the
beat.
rhythm in his soul. So I'm hearing that you guys just want to push through the night.
Yeah.
Well, they do. I'm getting quite tired with the boy on my shoulders, but I can try and push through.
I'm trying to try and minimize the number of nights that I have to sleep chilling with a dead body.
You know, that's fair.
Did
I feel
we
like
ever...
this is an urgent delivery.
Did this is kind of a little bit of a tangent. Did we ever look in? I might have forgot. Did we ever look into detail what books the orc boy had on him? Like, did we figure out like are they a language we can understand or?
I don't.
We
think
did
you
not
guys
look
took
into.
the time to look into it.
No, we didn't take
Yeah,
a
we
look.
just stuffed them all in the bag.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
pretty rushed. Well, with the handsy situation,
Mhm.
is that something that you would want to do quickly now while you're looking at maps and delivering?
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking on the way, like we're not like running or anything, so on the way I'll just kind of like as we're walking, just kind of take a look and see what we got from the orc kid.
Absolutely. So that will just be a straight up investigation check, please.
Boop. A 5.
5.
We got books.
Okay. So do you your languages? I don't remember off the hop. Do you speak Elven?
I have Elvish.
Or Elvish?
Yeah, I do not speak Elvish.
Okay, so Marsh, you would not recognize 2 of those titles, and then the other one. Do you speak Abyssal?
No, this
No.
time I didn't pick the random evil languages. I usually do though.
So you're looking at it, and while it's legible, so obviously the boy found some good remaining books in that little shithole that was there. You can't tell what language this is.
I would probably just kind of briefly flaunt the books to the rest of the party, seeing if anyone recognizes what any of these are. Once I recognize, I don't recognize it.
Can I read those Elvish titles?
Yeah. So you knowing the language would definitely instantly click like that's Elvish.
Okay,
Ooh.
but I don't know what the title is.
Oh, the title. Dismay of the Evocation. There we go.
Display of the evocation.
Do you share that?
Titles 1 and 2. First and
Dismay
second
of the
edition.
Evocation, volumes 1 and 2. I think this went back and forth through the translation several times.
Sounds like weird wizard stuff. Not my cup of tea.
I'm gonna take the Abyssal book, and I'm just gonna start flipping through the pages. Are there any pictures?
Oh, I was gonna say, do you know Abyssal?
No, I don't. Which is why I look for pictures.
Yeah, no, there are like 2 pictures in the book total.
Well, this is a terrible book. There's only like 2 pictures in here. What are the pictures of?
Floating. They're of like a floating eye, but the iris is teeth.
That looks lovely.
Yeah. So that is the 3rd book.
I don't like judge people and what they like to read, but that's kind of still a bit weird.
I was hoping for more pictures.
We brought the smut with us, right? Because I remember we wanted to hold on to that.
Damn right I did.
Yeah, we got the smut. Don't worry.
We also have like a large handful of books she probably doesn't care about, but we took them just to be safe.
Just in case.
You're very thorough. And you found a couple other things from that place. I think there's like a bottle of antitoxin, some rings.
Yeah, I got the bottle of antitoxin. I got the malachite that we found in the wall safe. And I have a mysterious amulet that I don't know what it does.
Oh, I forgot. We tried looking at that and I was like, I don't know.
You wear it around your neck, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear the amulet I found in the weird cursed city.
It might match with your whatever you have.
I don't think I give a shit whether something matches.
I scratch my chin. It's like, I don't know.
Life, style. You can only choose one.
Yeah, I'm not putting that thing on. No.
That's fair.
All right. So, Naroke, you're going to reluctantly keep lugging this boy and fight through the night. All right. You guys are not stopping. You're going under the watchful presumption of Marsh. You You make it back to
Do we have to roll?
Vermil.
Do we have to roll any con saves for exhaustion?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. That's right.
Because it's like 1 per hour beyond 8 hours of travel.
Yep.
I remember when poor Jamie ended up with 3 levels of exhaustion
That was
because
rude.
you guys wanted
That's a
to push
natural
through.
1.
That's a natural 1.
Oh,
It was my idea. It should be my. This should be my punishment.
A
That's
boring 9.
do
So,
not
I guess
feel
we're all
well.
done.
That's not.
Oh,
Wait.
also, you rolled a charisma save.
Oh, I did
Wait.
too. Whoops. No wonder I did so terrible
You're
with
not
that.
Like,
There we
you're not
go.
very
That's
charismatic
more
right now.
that's more Naroke.
It's the same
Oh.
modifier.
It doesn't count unless you say it right. Wait, why is... Yeah, oh, I keep forgetting he's a priest.
I'm a cleric.
All right. So I believe when you have your first point of exhaustion, it's just disadvantage on ability checks.
Yes.
So there's no reduction to your speed or anything right now.
Yeah.
But Nick, you are Nick and Marsh. You guys you're feeling crummy.
Mm-hmm.
Just tired. Naroke is making some surprisingly good pace. And it's all you can do just to sort of keep up with him when you just want to lay
It's
down
going along.
and
It's like,
sleep.
you were the ones who said you wanted to keep going, so the least you could do is keep up.
Cracking the whip. Can you guys make me some perception checks?
It's probably why you're all so exhausted. You're trying to keep up with me.
You come back to town, it's on fire. Wah wah.
This is perception with disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 6. And the other one was a natural 20.
Oh damn.
And
Good old perceptive me, and also actually, Naroke beat me. Darn.
all right. What is that? Oh, 13 and 14.
Ooh, I'm
Okay.
hearing thunder.
Naroke and ooh, that's not part of your perception check. Is it storming outside?
Yeah, sorry, it's
Not
just storming
yet.
out my window. Sorry, I got distracted.
Awesome. Sorry, I've been wanting a good storm for a while. I digress. Naroke and Marsh, you guys hear very faint buzzing, but it is off in the distance, and you are not stopping to check it out.
Wolves.
What direction?
Behind you. Not growing louder, you just hear some faint buzzing.
How many
We just
times
kite
do we
them
have
to
to
the-
teach? Oh,
Just kite them to the city guards and let them kill them.
isn't there only like a couple city guards?
There was like 6
There's
of them.
like 3.
They'll be
Oh, 3.
fine.
Well, 3 on duty, and then they cycle off with another 3. You're right. 6.
How many times do we need to teach these bumble wolves a lesson?
Well, considering the fact that they're back there and not up here, I think they did learn a lesson.
Yeah. Well, it's
That or they're mad
I
because
know.
we killed their kin.
but I think they're. But there's 3 of them. If they're like a hive, there's probably like hundreds of them. They're probably fine. I don't know how bumble wolves work.
That would be a nature check, which you don't have time to do because you are booking it
Yeah.
to Vermil.
It would
You're
also
trying to
be
keep up with me.
disadvantage. It would just be like bumble wolves buzz. There you go.
Bumblewolves equal ouch.
Spike.
Okay, despite the growing darkness from it being nighttime and just the general darkness of the area, you do see the faint few lights of Vermil coming into view. And good job, guys. You have made it a hard day's work.
So what time is it roughly?
So it's like 8 p.m.
Okay.
A little after 8.
Heading to the orc lady's house.
That's your first stop?
That's my
Yeah,
first
old
stop.
lady house.
You don't want to bring the body into the inn with you for the night.
Yeah, do you have to pay for it?
Yeah, no.
Uh,
No,
Yeah,
when you're
that's fair. How did I
transporting a
forget?
dead body, you drop that off right away.
Okay.
I do think we should not show up to her front door with a dead body over Naroke's shoulder. I think we should put the dead body on the ground with like maybe a blanket over it, and then go to her front door and say, "Sorry, your kid didn't make it.
Oh.
He's over here."
I've got some flowers. I can put some flowers on the body.
No, those are the drug flowers.
Oh, I forgot.
Don't
really need
put
to
the drug flowers on the dead body.
I need to find more than one type of flower. I'm gonna go do that next time.
So are you yelling? Are you yelling at Naroke to stop? Because especially since you two are exhausted, and Naroke is just kind of like beelining it there.
Hey, Naroke.
Just kind of slows down a
Naroke,
little
bud?
bit, and
Big guy. Maybe we should not show up like at her front door with the dead body. I feel like that would be very upsetting for her. Maybe we just like put the dead body over on the lawn with like a blanket over it, and then go to her door and say, "Sorry, your son died. He's over here."
We're here for a reward.
Money, please.
I suppose. What would I know of orc culture in general, in regards to like how they handle their dead?
You roll me a history check.
That is a whopping total of 1.
1. Okay, so
They
you're
eat
like-
their dead.
yeah, it's like maybe they eat their. Like, you're kind of trying to recall, your intellect, and nothing's really coming up on this one. You're not sure.
You're trying to
what-
remember how smart you are.
You try to call up on your intellect and just nothing's showing up. It's like, yeah, that sounds about par for the course.
Tracks.
I suppose. And so go and I'll lay the body down on the, I guess, front lawn, if there is a lawn. If not, like just like near the door. Do I
Her
even
house is easy enough to find, and it's not a big lawn, but there's a patch of grass off to the
Okay.
side that you can gently lay the body down on. Cover him up.
I've got a bedroll. I don't have a blanket. And I don't think I really want to cover the dead body with my bedroll.
Let me just double check what I've got here.
Absolutely.
I have. No, that's probably not going to be big enough.
Can I say that I've got like a cape, considering everything we know about my character so far?
Absolutely.
Okay, I will pull out a cape and put that like respectfully over the dead kid's face and upper torso. It's probably not going to cover all of him because
No.
he's much larger than I am.
A big orc
But,
boy. Absolutely, though. It gets
It's
kind of the point of.
slightly more respectful than just draping a hanky over his face.
Yes. It gets the point of respect across nicely.
Yes.
And Naroke's
and
gonna
I'm going to
go ahead.
Can I just very quickly, like, Naroke, you've got good instincts when it comes to talking to this lady. That said, maybe I should take the lead on this one, and then you help out when necessary. This is going to be
Alrighty.
a very delicate situation.
Naroke is going to like just instinctively just reach up as if he's taking off a hat and hold it over his chest. He has no hat, but that's just like his go-to response. Like,
Why
We're
is
showing
that
up.
your go-to response?
You delivered a lot of bodies without hats. Did you once
Okay.
own a hat? Like, how do you know that that's a thing? Doesn't matter.
This raises so many backstory questions, possibly the most so far. So yeah, I'm gonna knock on the door.
So you hear, after a moment of silence, you hear some rustling inside and heavy footsteps coming to the door, and then it opens to reveal Priscilla. She's kind of in like a nightgown because, it's nighttime. And at first she kind of comes and she's scowling, like who is bothering me at this time, but also like looking around, like maybe it's her son. And upon seeing you, she's kind of holds her chest and takes a deep sigh and is like, "Hello, yes."
Hi,
Why are you here?
Priscilla? We found Zolthu and we're sad to tell you that I'm afraid he didn't make it.
Do you gesture to the?
I don't quite gesture to it, but I said we did manage to bring his body back.
She doesn't like cry or sob, but she's gonna kind of hold the door frame and her posture is gonna slump a little. And she's kind of nodding, like she's hearing your words and slowly trying to process them. Like you get the feeling like she is sad, but maybe she had kind of come to terms that it was gonna be grim.
Yeah.
So she's not as weepy as she was when, she was first asking you to help. And so she's going to say, where is he?
We have him just over here, and I gesture to where his body is.
And I guess she'll see Naroke standing respectfully.
Invisible hat in
by her
hand.
son. Yeah.
The non-existent hat in hand.
Yep.
She doesn't know anything about Goliath culture, but she'll kind of nod, as a thank you, because she sort of understands maybe what you're going for. Still weird for her.
Because there's no hat in my hand.
Yeah.
But I suppose at that point for her, it probably just appears more so like Naroke has just his hand on his chest like this. But
yeah, that's true.
It's for everyone else. It's weird having seen the take off the hat first and then hold it over my chest.
Yeah, it was weird for us, but for somebody who's coming in late, maybe not so weird.
I was picturing he's holding yeah, no, that makes more sense. Just hand over chest. All right, so she just thinks you're absolutely respectful and gives a little nod to you. She knows, she can tell this is her son, but she's still gonna lean down beside his shoulder and peel back the cape, and she's gonna wince, and she's not loudly sobbing, but you see sobs kind of racking her shoulders and stuff, and this is a very hard time for her. Do you guys give her a moment or try and say anything?
we'll give her some space.
D20.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Naroke will give her some space. I got over 10.
Are you feeling the same way, Marsh?
I had the sheer moment of panic when I realized that the scale between our two characters, I can't stop you from doing literally anything.
Well, especially since I'm standing right there, because basically what was going through my mind is if I roll higher than a 10, Naroke will give her some space. If I roll lower than a 10, is gonna be like, so from my understanding, orcs eat the bodies of the dead. Where would you want us to take the body?
Thank you. Thank you for rolling above a 10. Thank you so much for rolling above a 10.
That shouldn't surprise me, but it did. Sorry, and Marsh, you're just gonna sit this one up.
Yeah, Marsh just kind of feels a bit awkward. Is just kind of distracting himself, just looking at things around town or looking at the sky or something.
Fair enough. Nothing's very comfortable about this. Maybe 5 minutes goes by. That's probably a little long. Maybe 3 minutes. And she's gonna slowly fold up the cape, and just gonna put it beside him because she doesn't know who it belongs to, but she'll fold it up and put it beside. And then she'll stand and turn to you guys and say, just give me a moment, please. And she's gonna go back into her house. And you hear some ruffling or whatever. And when she comes back, she hands you each 15 silver. And she's gonna say, for all the trouble you went through. I know it does not amount to the value of your lives, the lives you risked to find him, but I don't have much in the way of coin. And then she says, I'll see he gets a proper burial soon. It's bad luck to leave the dead about and not send them on their way quickly. They have places to go,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He will be sent off tomorrow in a funeral pyre. Fiery, just like my Zalfu was. My sweet, strong boy deserves nothing less. And she's still... Oh, go on.
I understand this is a difficult time for you, and if there's anything else that we can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask.
Still nodding. Well, he'll most likely be sent off tomorrow if you want to stay. Will you be around these parts long?
Probably for a few more days at least.
Understood. Well, I'm sure you'll get word when it's time to say goodbye. Thank you again for bringing my boy home. And being the bigger orc mother that she is, she has no problem bending down and cradling him, her poor baby. And with a final nod to each and every one of you, including the raptor, she'll take him home.
Just kind of pat the raptor and it's good raptor.
Good boy.
All right, so now that we've got that done, we got books to deliver.
I think that can wait till morning, because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like shit.
Yeah, I imagine she would more appreciate we don't just show up at, like, it's not middle of the night, but it's close
It's like
enough.
8:30 p.m. The fact that Orc Lady was already in a nightgown is just like, wow, they go to bed early.
I don't know. You don't want to stay up too late when you're next to the Nightmare Forest.
What do you even do, like, in the evenings around here, is my question for you.
Sob at the bar, according to that one guy.
Precisely.
There's like one
We should
guy
go.
who
We
goes
should
to
go
the
and check
bar
in on
every
our
night.
buddy over at the bar.
There's like
Yeah,
8 houses in this town. There is not much. Or 8 buildings, rather.
Unless you're part of, like, the Father Farmer's cult, I don't think there's much in the way of nightlife.
Oh, is it time for the full moon party yet, or is that still a ways away?
No, that was still a ways away.
Damn.
I think when he rolled, it was 14 days.
Yeah.
Or something
So
like
it's
that.
13 days now.
Oh. Hey, who knows how long the city's gonna take us? Maybe when we get back, it'll be time.
Time to go dancing
Really?
naked under the moonlight, drenched in pig's blood.
You're really
That
curious
sounds
to find
very
out what that part
unsanitary.
was.
I don't think Father Farmer cares. He had a heart that had been like pulled out, just like sitting on his counter.
So yeah,
Getting-
let's go back to the inn.
We'll get naked and cover ourselves in blood another time.
I don't like your use of the word "we" in these situations.
to the end.
Yeah. So
Alright.
is Drunky McCryerson still at the counter,
Drunky McCryerson. Gotta
Or-
write that
or-
one down.
or do we pass him by in the road? Just
No.
passed out in the
you're
road.
gathering it's still a little too early for him to be asleep in his normal area. So you do not see him outside the bar. It's a tavern, and it's easy to find, obviously. You know your way around this place now quite thoroughly. And when you enter inside, it's a bit more lively than you've seen it before. Not by much, because there's not a whole lot of
Hang
this
on
town.
a second, I gotta close my window before the thunderstorms hits me.
Absolutely. It's starting to pour here like crazy, too.
Yeah, I can start to
Anyone
hear a
else
bit of the
need to-
rumble in the background here.
Anyone else need to take care of windows?
I just keep them closed.
I will check my bedroom window just to make sure.
That's a good idea. Don't want no water damage, you know?
I was hoping that it would be the break before I had to go and close the window, but
Better safe than sorry, right? Giggle's just running off, too.
yeah, I started seeing like things like dust bunnies flying around my apartment, and I was like, oh, it's windy up there. And then the thunderclap hit.
Smart move.
Yes, for whatever reason, like where my window opens and the direction it opens is almost always set up so like the rain and the wind will carry it into the window. So it's like anytime it rains, like I have to close the window.
Was it open?
No, I
Okay.
realized I had closed it earlier.
Better safe than sorry.
Yep.
Great. Yeah, you make it inside the tavern. It's a little bit busier. There's a couple groups of humans just sitting at tables, drinking. They're not rowdy or anything. Just spending their evening at ye old expensive tavern. And Drunky McCryerson is at the bar, living up to the drunky part, but not quite the cryy part yet. He just looks like
The night is young.
exactly.
Have I ever? I go up to the drunky McDrunk. Have I ever told you of the time I was trapped in a hallway of hands that threw rocks at me?
You see the wheels turning because like what you said was words, but in that order is like just kind of what, and he's gonna go.
They couldn't
Sir,
even
I don't-
play. They couldn't even play catch.
No, we did not talk about this because I don't even know who you are, sir.
Well, we know who you are.
And at we, he's gonna kind of look around and like.
Naroke's already going to
introspect the
bed.
three of you.
Yeah, I'm
All
also
right.
going to bed.
Okay.
There's no
well,
we.
there's-
I'll continue this story later. Looks like we are heading to bed.
Oh, you're forced to make this just in for a penny, in for a pound. Sorry, Nick, you've adopted this family. Okay.
I like
Drunky-
to share. Okay.
Like the drug
Everyone's
flowers.
We don't share those.
Hey, you shared one with me. Tasted kind of funny and my tongue went numb, but
Might make a good painkiller if we experiment.
In the
Enough.
much the same way that cocaine does, sure.
Yeah, it's like you're not wrong, but you're also weirdly not right.
Yeah.
It's technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Yeah, Junkie McCryerson, now that you're saying, yeah, we're going off to bed, is going to kind of turn back to the bar, order another drink, pay you no mind. Malthon? Give me a sec. What's the tavern guy's name?
I forgot as well.
It's Malthew.
We're getting some good thunder now.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's picking up on my mic, but yeah, we're starting to pick up outside.
I'm hesitant to close my window because it's hot as hot can be in here, but it is getting loud. If you hear thunder coming in, please let me know on my mic.
I'm not too concerned.
Having stayed fairly regularly at this tavern now, the little gnome, as you guys are heading to the stairs, because you still have your room key, is just gonna call out like, "I'll catch up with you in the morning for payment." Like he can tell that you guys smell terrible, and you've been through some things today. You're exhausted. He's not inclined to like have you pay up right now. He's gonna square up in the morning.
I forget. Are there baths here?
There are. Yeah.
Gonna take one of those before bed.
Yeah, me too.
Uh,
How many baths are there? Like, is it
I
like
to
one
think
bath
that-
and like people have to take turns, or is it like several baths?
I like to think that it's like there's 2 big communal baths at any one time. So if you guys want solo, someone's gonna have to like wait it out.
If there's a communal bath, Naroke's just gonna walk right into that.
Okay. Yeah. And it's heated by an underwater spring. Underground spring, not underwater spring. That made no sense. Underground spring. It's nice and toasty and steamy.
Naroke's just gonna hunker down and... Oh, there's my dice.
Nick thinks about the possibility that Marsh will attempt to use the same bath as himself, calculates some variables, and decides to just use the same room as Naroke to eliminate some possibilities. And for no other reason.
I was straight up going to say right before you said that Marsh goes to the communal bath and then just goes underwater and then doesn't come back up again.
Yeah, because is it 15 minutes you can hold your breath, or is it an hour?
Let me check. I think it's like 15 minutes.
It's 15 minutes.
It's so effective. Just make like uncomfortable eye contact.
I'm just as he's going down, you just hear like the periscope down noise. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Lovely. Okay. Bath time goes by without any problems.
Sounds like someone's missing out.
Get it? Naroke like plunks himself down to the water and just kind of like rests his head up against the wall, and he's out. He's just asleep.
In the bath.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll to see when he's gonna wake up.
Nick washes up and then heads
morning.
upstairs to bed.
Okay. Sorry, you wake up in the morning,
Yep.
Naroke? Okay.
I basically rolled a con save to see like what I was like, how tired and how exhausted, or how hard the exhaustion kick in, and I got a 1.
Wait.
So okay, it's like how am I gonna be asleep? Another one's like I wake up in the morning.
If I sleep in the bath, does that mean I don't have to pay for the room?
No.
No, I don't think that's how that works.
It's the facilities.
I think
try.
Marsh thinks about this for a while as he is underwater.
Every once in a while, just the nose peeks the water to take another breath, and it goes back under.
Exactly.
All right.
I just want to be an alligator, okay?
We don't care for this at all.
Do you eventually head off to your room, Marsh, or are you sticking around the rope style?
Yeah, no, I even though I do like water, I don't think I like it enough to spend the night in there. So I'll eventually head back to the room, and then I'll do some raptor maintenance and go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely risk scaring the crap out of some of the patrons if they just stumble in on some lizard folk in the bath.
Just every 15 minutes, going up and going back down.
Yeah.
Actually, I think at some point in time you'd probably just get it so like if you were to sleep in there, your nose would be just above the water level.
I was honestly thinking of like getting like a little like bamboo shoot and just staying under there, and I'm like, wait, why would I do that?
Now is the time when you're asking yourself that question?
There's no bamboo around here.
That's where the suspension of disbelief fails for you.
Yes.
That plant isn't native to this area. Okay. I imagine you guys plan on sleeping in. You didn't really talk about if you want to wake up early. I'm thinking you don't. Just
Probably not.
Getting a full, solid night's rest.
Mm-hmm.
Naroke staying in the bath.
That can't be good for the skin.
Oh, morning. Weird. Yeah. Okay, so night goes by without any incident in the relative safety of this small town in the middle of nowhere. Naroke, you wake up in a bath.
Wake up and just kind of like, no, I must have fallen asleep. Oh God, my hands are pruny. Oh,
5 points of ew.
Just kind of gets up and goes over, grabs a towel. It's like, this just feels weird now.
That's
Yeah,
the good
can
thing
we
about
call this-
scales.
Can we call this episode Naroke Gets Trench Foot?
Pretty applicable. From a bath. Okay, yeah, so you're getting up out of the bath, drying off as best you can.
Yeah, and it's just like,
Probably feeling dehydrated.
I thought are very hydrated.
Yeah, I
One
guess.
of those two things.
There's no middle ground at this point. It's either very dehydrated or very hydrated. One of the two. Let's find out.
Do you want to go back up to your room at all, or are you just staying?
I gave him back the key last time I was here.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I don't
guess.
have a room to go back to currently.
Fair enough. Malthy would have been like, "Here's your keys. You know where to
Just
find."
throws it into the bath.
No.
Here's your key. You're paying for this.
Yeah, more like set beside. But okay, so you don't go to your room. That's a-okay.
Yeah, just gonna go down and take a seat and like in the morning. It's like, ooh. Is Malty already up and about, or?
Yep, the man that never sleeps, the gnome that never sleeps. So he's doing the bartender thing, just washing a spot on the bar. Drunky McCryerson is nowhere to be found.
Even he can't afford to sleep here.
Yeah, that's why he sleeps outside.
I'll take a bowl of whatever the slop was we had yesterday and a large glass of something alcoholic.
He like kind of glares, but he doesn't challenge it because he knows exactly what he's serving up. So he has words that'll keep him to himself. And he says, all right. And he kind of gets to work and stuff, and he disappears in the back and then comes back with a bowl of what you called slop. And he'll get you a generic thing of ale.
What does
and
it set me back?
So normally it would be 3 gold each, like 3 gold for food, 3 gold for alcohol. But altogether it's just 2.
And
2 gold.
And then how much does it cost for staying there because I slept in the bath the entire night? Or did he not realize I slept in the bath the entire night?
I don't think he realized, actually. You didn't ask for a key, so he wouldn't have given you one. And Malthu's going to say, well, no charge for the room tonight. I don't know if you got word, but Priscilla's boy was found. He's going to be sent off today. And we don't charge for room. We want to encourage people to come and stay and pay their respect. So
yeah, I know
room's
he
free.
was found. I hauled him back from the city.
Gonna go wide-eyed and be like, the city?
Why do you think I'm asking for the drink?
Well, hell, I'll give you 2 for the price of 1.
I'll take
It'll
that.
definitely go to making you another glass of that. He looks completely like he doesn't believe you, but also the boy came back, so he's not going to question it too much. He's just sort of like, wow. Yeah, so all of that will cost you 2 gold. It's substantially cheaper in the wake of the boy's death.
Yeah. And is it con saves to see if I get drunk?
Yes, it would be con saves. Are you just like chugging it back?
I'm checking the first one, then I'll be casually enjoying the second.
Fair enough. You have an empty stomach.
So 12 on my first roll.
Yeah, you're all right. You're doing good.
And then a 16 on my second.
All right, yeah. So at worst or best, maybe you feel like the slight buzz of a buzz, but you're nowhere near for schnickered.
Okay, and I was gonna say enjoying, but I'm consuming the slop.
Yes, you are consuming the slop.
This is probably about the point that Nick's coming downstairs.
Yes, so Nick, you wake up. Not in a bath.
Yes, in a bed, in a proper bed. Well, as proper a bed as I could probably get out here.
Makeshift mattress.
Yeah, so. Gonna dress rather sedate today on account of the fact that I'm probably gonna be attending a funeral.
Oh yeah, what does
Well,
Naroke have
sedate
for
for
other
me.
clothes? That's a good thing for me to look into.
Technically,
and
like,
head downstairs.
Okay.
Naroke does have fine clothes.
Oh. Fancy. Are you gonna ask to eat or?
Yeah, if I'm just gonna wave over to the innkeeper and say, is it too much to ask that you? Is it too much to expect that you've got a mimosa? You can do a mimosa.
You say, tell me what that is, and I can see what I'll do.
Oh, that's not encouraging at all. Okay, just water then.
Yeah, he'll go off and get you some water. Will you be eating too?
Sure. Something light though. Funerals make me barfy.
He goes back and with your water it produces some crusty bread.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
How was your
Yeah.
night?
About as well as could be expected. I always sleep lousy after I travel. I don't know how I know that.
You traveled. You were drowsy.
Felt crummy.
To be fair, we did walk quite a ways.
Yeah. You know, if you remember to elevate your feet while you sleep during the night, then your like calves don't feel like that bad the following morning. I mean, they still feel like shit, but like they don't feel tremendously horrible.
Is that true? Is that knowledge I can take away after my workout
Yes.
class today?
Yes.
That's awesome.
If you're on your feet for a long period of time, sleep with your feet elevated.
Hey, good to know. With a pillow.
I did not know that.
Sorry.
Though I think that, considering where I woke up, elevating my feet would probably not have been in my best interest, as I probably would have drowned.
Yeah, you were asleep when I left. Did you sleep in the bath all night?
Maybe.
Okay.
And just kind of like look at my hands, and they're still all pruny, and just like,
Ugh.
yeah, maybe.
Don't do that.
It wasn't intentional.
Marsh, you wake up. Not in the bath.
Hey. That's nice. I was thinking maybe like before I went to sleep, maybe I made like a nice little like forest refuge craft of one of those hands in the helping hand corridor.
So you just have this like, I'm just imagining that you made this and just like stuck it onto your raptor. So now there's this raptor, and then there's this one like hand sticking out of its side.
I don't know why Marsh is kind of just still kind of hung up on those hangs, but I just imagine he is.
I don't know why Marsh is the way he is.
But yeah, and then I head down, join the group, and it's like, good morning, I think.
I'm pretty
All
sure
three
it's
look
morning.
down. Feels
So
like
what
morning.
what did I miss?
There's the funeral today. Oh wait, you knew that one.
I mean, what are you supposed to do in funerals? Like,
Show up, look sad, make boring conversation with people you don't particularly know.
Marsh kind of tries making a frown, and it's like, I don't know how well. I don't know how well
Usually-
Marsh could look sad.
Usually it's just all the old people drinking all the booze, and then there's a bunch of messy drama.
Huh. I don't see what's the point, but if it's how they if it's what they do here, sure, I can hang around, I guess, for a little while.
Are you gonna eat?
Sure, yeah. I'll just get like whatever's cheap, and I'll just drink water. I'll lay off the super early alcohol.
Okay. Downtrodden Malthew, because he does feel quite bad for Priscilla and the fate that befell the boy. Will get you some crusty bread and water for a gold, explaining that it's cheaper today and that your room was free in light of the funeral later today, because that's just their town's custom to not charge in the wake of someone's death right before a funeral.
Who'd you have to kill to get a cheap sleep? Am I right, Naroke?
Marsh, I think it would be wise if you didn't say many things at the funeral.
Ah.
And Naroke's just gonna look at Marsh and look back to Nick and be like, "Normally it's me, the one that's being told not to be talking to people." It's weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
think you're actually our baseline now. You're our baseline, and then there's Marsh down here.
I just thought we were doing the pyre. That makes sense to me. I didn't know there's a whole ceremony to go about with it.
Well, the ceremony happens around the pyre, and then probably the mum will light it up.
Huh.
And then everybody goes and gets drunk somewhere.
Well, are we gonna deliver the books before then, I assume?
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
Also,
Let's do that.
Naroke's just gonna like grab your bag of holding and start like pulling his things back out of the bag of holding and putting them back in his chest.
Right, you swapped.
Because I unloaded a whole bunch of stuff.
All the stuff of his that I was carrying, I passed back to Naroke as well.
Right,
Yeah, just so I could actually carry the kid.
Watch out! I just kind of say, watch out for the bear traps. I don't. They shouldn't be
it's
active.
like you hear the other snap, and it's like over my hands, like, be more careful.
I think it's just...
Sorry.
Does what?
Do you have bear traps?
Yeah, I just had extra gold, so I was just looking for things to buy. So bear traps is one of them.
That
Why
was a
didn't you
joke.
just keep it as extra gold like I did?
I just, you never know when, yeah, a bear trap could actually be used. And I assume I hunt. That was, like, my logic reasoning, is it's like, I probably can hunt with it.
Fair enough. You're outdoorsy.
Well, I'm done eating, so let's go and talk to Madge.
Yeah.
Hey.
She owes us more of that concoction, too.
Someone remembers. Yeah, so you pack up for the night. I guess tossing back the keys.
Pack up for the day?
Malthew, for the day. Wow. So it's darkish outside. You know, the blight, and it messes with your time sense. Malthew will ask if you'll be staying again on your way out.
Undecided as of yet.
Maybe.
We'll be coming back here at some point, but we might not be staying here tonight.
All right. Well, I'll keep the beds warm.
That seems unusually... That just seems awkward.
And with that, he waves you out and ignores you.
I don't like how we left that conversation.
Maybe he just sleeps in the bed when everyone leaves, and then that's when he actually sleeps, is when he's working up the other beds.
Weird. Well, it's canon now.
So let's head over to Madge's place and trade in the books. Just bonk, bonk, bonk.
And the door opens very quickly to a very fretful Madge.
We found the boy. We also found
Yes,
books.
I heard. I'm grateful. Come in, come in. And she opens up the door and gestures you inside. And then she'll walk behind kind of her counter and like encourage you to come close and set the books down.
All right,
We
Marsh.
brought extra.
Oh yeah, just open up the bag of holding and just start taking them one book at a time and just piling them in the room.
And then as you're doing this, I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna grab the one book and hand it over to Nick. It's like, you were wanting that one. And it was the smut.
Thank you.
I like that. Can you give me a sleight of hand thing here?
Oh, I'm not even trying to be stealthy about it. I'm quite literally just grab, like, I see Marsh put it on the top of the pile. It's like, oh, grab, and then hold it out to Nick. I'm not trying to, like, subtly, like, pass it along.
All right. Let me. No, she does not notice it. So if you're wanting to keep that for yourself, she will not question why
Did you
she's
roll
not
a
receiving
one?
it.
Right in my inventory, smut.
Smut. Yep. Come up with a good old name later.
It'll go together with my tentacle painting.
Will it?
Well, it depends on what kind of smut it is, I suppose.
Elves are pretty weird. All right, so Madge does not notice because she is like focused on these crummy books that you are slowly pulling out, and she's like perusing them and like really unimpressed because this is hot garbage, but they're still books. So she's like patiently waiting for you to pull something out of your bag that isn't, illegible.
Oh! I don't even think we put the important books in our bag. So once we get past the bag of holding, and then we go, okay, and then Naroke has the rest. And then
Yep,
puts
I have the good books in my chest. Yeah, I'm the one with the good books, so I'm just waiting for Marsh to finish.
Okay, I don't remember how many you grabbed.
It
but,
was some undisclosed number. I think it was just a weight.
It was an
Alright,
obscene number.
Okay, so she's getting more huffy and like arms are crossed like her chest and she's tapping her foot like, you gotta be kidding me. Like,
We grabbed you as
Wanted
many books
books?
as we could. You asked for books. You didn't give. We asked for specifications of the books, and you didn't give them to us. So we
I
grabbed
said
as many
books
books as we could. You said
that were
books.
legible.
Oh, if
No,
you look
you
through the
specified
pages,
books.
like there's every now and then there's a page that has words on it.
Flipped through one and was like,
You didn't ask for legible books. You asked for books. So we opted to go on the safer side and grab as many books as we could possibly carry. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna set down my chest and open it up. At this point, it's like, oh yeah, I had books. It's like, also had a few of these, and I'm gonna set them up on the counter. Specifically the books that the boy had on him.
right,
He's like,
'cause you would have
"Dunk."
had a couple. Okay. And so her eyes go wide. She is delighted. And with a far gentler touch than what she was treating with the books that Marsh pulled out. She's like almost like caressing, not in like a creepy way, but like she's just in awe to see
My
new
precious.
writing.
She like takes one of the books and whole cradles it and like just pets it like a cat.
Yeah, it's not that creepy. She's very happy that she has literature to learn from, but not that happy. And she's kind of like, you can see her lips move as she's reading sort of like the titles and like carefully opening it up and reading like the foreword that's in the front and stuff. And she's nodding and she is absolutely thrilled. She's like, well, I see you held up your end. Thank you. And thank you for what you did for Priscilla. I got word.
Yeah, we found the boy with some of the books too.
At this, she's gonna kind of go quiet and she's gonna say, I can't help but feel terrible about this.
Well, it is kind of your fault.
He cringed at that
He
point.
I think he had some like grayness around his throat. I assume that's what happens when you don't take the potion.
No, I think that was the result of the hands coming out of the. Coming
I
out
don't know.
of
I'm
the
gonna look
clothes
over at
from-
Nick's neck. Does Nick have any grayness around the neck area?
Yeah,
It's more like
probably.
light bruising, so it's not as like nasty and withered as the flesh that you would have seen on Zalthu. But it looks, it looks like someone really put him in a chokehold,
Oh,
but not
I-
great.
Yeah,
Uh,
this.
I was trying to. Marsh kind of says I was trying to connect the itchy throat, and maybe if you just let the itch go too bad, it turns gray. Well, I don't know.
Well, yep. Maybe it was the hands. Maybe it's yeah. And she's gonna kind of look down. Like she still obviously is happy about the books, but now that the talk has been turned to Zalthu, she's far more like downtrodden. She's gonna say, "I gave him the potion. Yes, he was a young boy. I was hoping that he'd head in and get scared and come right back around. I would have had some more data on the potion. I really never wanted it to end like this."
So why didn't you just tell him that, rather than sending him on the wild goose chase? Because
Boy,
really,
seemed
all
determined.
thing. Well, yeah. So why did you figure he seemed determined? So why did you figure he would turn around and hightail it out? He wanted a
thought he'd
way
have
to
a
get
bit
him and
more
his
common
mama
sense.
out. When it comes to family, common sense means nothing.
I wouldn't know. I don't have one.
I think I had one. Not quite sure.
Just gonna open her mouth and then close it and not worry about that.
On a slightly more less orc boy killing toad. Hey, did you know anything about amulets? And I just kind of like, I'll just kind of point to like Nick, and it's like, Figured.
Hey, Marsh, remember that conversation we had the other day?
What conversation?
That seems like a no.
Okay. I fish out the amulet and I go, is this anything?
And she'll take a peek at it and she'll say, like, well, at a glance, I don't know. If you want me to appraise it, I certainly can. It would take some time.
No, I'll hang on to it, thanks.
Well,
You're forthcoming.
maybe perchance we could maybe check it out ourselves. If you maybe do you just have some pearls around, maybe?
Pearls, pearls. Does she have pearls? Odds or evens, my friend?
Odds.
Nope. Roll a
Oh,
6.
darn. Well,
Pearls.
snap. What about spooky xylophones?
What?
No, okay.
I don't sell those.
No, while we were exploring the city, I heard some like weird xylophone music coming from one of the houses.
Did you take your potion?
Yes, no, for sure. Wait, I checked my pockets. Yes, I did.
Yeah, we all took the potion. Marcia was the only one who heard the weird cling-clanging music notes.
I have no insight to give on that.
Sorry for the bombardment of questions. You're just kind of our resident city experts, so I just kind of figured I'd throw them your way.
Smiles a little at that. Of course. Questions progress the mind. So I suppose you would like your payment.
Yes, please.
Yes, and some more of that potion into the city.
Yeah. So, as we negotiated before, a week's worth of the potion, 3 days to get in, 3 days to get out, 1 day to be in the city doing whatever crazy thing it is you need to do there. And considering this one, and she'll point to you, Nick, made such a good point about having some extra, each of you receive 8 doses.
So we got 8 days in the city each.
Each, yeah.
Okay.
For
Sick.
being out. And she's gonna kind of go silent and kind of come in on herself a little bit and say, And give me the better part of a day, and I'll have a potion for each of you. You've done such a great service, and I really don't know what business you have in the city, but I'd prefer it if your journey doesn't meet the same end as the boys.
I would tell you, but I think Nick would stab me, so I can't.
See, he is getting smarter.
And yeah, you grow up quickly under the guise of stabbing.
Stab, stab,
Okay.
stab.
Yeah, I'll be helping with the funeral for Zalthu if Priscilla will allow it. But yeah, come back by the end of the day and I will have something to help you in your travels.
Sounds good. We'll be back for that.
Where is the funeral happening, by the way?
Oh, out by the farm at Farmer Gowan place. Father Farmer Gowan's. Since he worked there, he's offered to set it up on the outskirts of his field.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when is that happening?
She thinks to herself. In about 4 hours' time. You
So
have to
in the
proceed
afternoon?
quickly. Yes.
Okay.
Say, time is of the essence. Not everything that falls down stays down.
Yeah, we noted that.
Yeah.
That being said, you can put him down again.
Yeah, but I don't think it would help the mother's grieving process to have to kill her son after he rose from the dead and tried to murder her. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
That sounds like a start to a party.
What parties have you? Nope. I'm not going to do this right now.
Speaking of midnight parties, do you know anything about glowy lights in the forest in the middle of the night while we have you?
Yes.
The little stick things on the side of the road.
They was a blue
Yeah.
sort of glow.
Yep.
Yep. I believe those were planted a very long time ago. They just guide you into the outer town. They can only really be seen at night. It needs to be quite dark. The darkness during the day isn't enough to trigger the glow. It would just lead you closer to Vermil here.
Okay.
Oh, handy. I just
See, we
kinda...
could have cut off some time from our venture back.
Yeah.
I stand by decision not to follow the glowy blue lights in the woods that they don't know what they do. I felt that was prudent.
That was some good common sense. You can't know.
Listen, I've read things. I know how this usually ends.
I'm a worldly person. Okay, do you guys have any other parting questions or thoughts for Madge?
I think that's about it.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'm surprisingly out of questions. I was maybe thinking of asking her about those 2 random houses, but those are probably just 2 random houses, so I'll leave it out.
We'll probably pass by them on our way back through.
There's a joke here to do with publishing, but I don't have it.
Huh.
It's not coming.
Well, you might have more time to think of it after the break, because I think this is a perfect time for us to take 10 minutes, and we'll be back soon.
Yep, we'll be back in like 10-ish minutes.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, and we're back. We are live again.
Great, welcome back. You're just in time for a funeral that's going to happen, so we're very happy you can join us and pay your respects to the poor orc boy.
What's his name,
Zalthu?
Mel? Zalthu? Question mark?
As long as the people doing this funeral don't do that, then we're okay. Means I gotta
We're
shoot
here to
that.
pay the respects to check notes.
Yes, the orc boy. I've never done that move where you don't know someone's name, so you cough it out. Has not happened yet, thankfully. So you guys were leaving Madge, the witch's house. She had mentioned that if you come back later, she would have a potion for you. She didn't say what kind, but presumably something that will aid you.
Presumably.
Presumably. Have some poison.
It's like for all the terrible books that you've brought back that I'm gonna have to find a way to dispose of. Here, have some
You could-
poison.
You
No,
could
it'd be
use it as
poison.
firewood if you if you need to get rid of them.
Musty old books.
Yeah, but we're gonna get to the
Potion
funeral and the pyre's just gonna be made out of all the books we brought back.
But
That's great.
she is in charge of it to some degree.
Yeah, just helping out. So there's a few hours before the funeral service is going to be underway, and when you step outside, it's a small town, but you do see some bustle of people that are kind of heading out to the field. So it looks like the community is getting things ready, like wood is being carted over and whatnot. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're in town now? Just waiting or
buy crossbow bolts.
okay?
Naroke is going to change into his fancy clothes.
All right, just in the middle of the street, just yeah.
I don't know if I have enough time, but I was thinking before the funeral to check out those two houses again.
It was an hour out and an hour back,
curious.
so...
Yeah,
I don't know.
you
I don't know if that's enough
technically
time.
do. Yeah, because I think what I say, 4 hours. If you hustled it, you could definitely check out the houses.
Okay, but I will have a more practical reason, and I'm gonna try to find flowers that aren't drugs on the way and back.
Okay, all right.
So are you going out to these two houses on your own?
I don't think I'm gonna get murdered. It's just two houses.
Yeah, it's Raptor.
Yeah.
Dearly
Wait,
beloved,
I'm not-
we stand here together to mourn the loss of Zolthu and Marsh Weaver.
What?
Who's the second person we're throwing on the pyre again?
Wait, where'd he come from?
Like I honestly think it's just some person's humble abode, but I'm just so curious. I want to check it out.
Okay. So Nick, you're gonna be on the prowl for some supplies.
Yeah.
Naroke, once you're in fancy wear, are you gonna tag along with Nick to go shopping?
Yeah, I'll take along. I'll take along with Nick because I'm assuming Nick's going shopping right away. So I'll take along with Nick and then change into fancy clothes at some point when there's an opportunity.
Okay, sounds good. So how do you guys want to go about finding a place for supplies?
Probably go ask the innkeeper. Hey, is there a place around here that sells crossbow bolts?
Yeah, absolutely. He'll tell you to go to the Temple of Nuke, and that Brother Jeff can help you out.
Brother
Okay.
Jeff.
Jeff?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Dun-dum. No, yeah. So,
Okay, so I guess we're going to the temple of whatever to meet Jeff.
Okay, let's go talk to Jeff.
and the temple is really easy to spot because of all the few buildings in the town. This one's like painted stark white. And there's a small statuette outside of a large, bald man with glasses sitting on a chair going, just with his hands up in the air. Which
What
is, of
Nuka
course,
the god of again?
Nuka is the god of apathy.
Okay.
I'm surprised they put enough effort to make a statue.
Fair.
It's a very specific level of apathy.
Yep. And so at the temple, I presume you just open it up.
Yeah. Knock on the
Yes.
door, see if it's locked.
Okay. The door opens without any resistance. And inside there are two men, tall, stout, bald, glasses in like orangey robes, and they're kind of bustling around. And one perks up when he sees you come in and comes to you and says, "Hello, hello. How can I help you today?"
Hi, the innkeeper said that you would be able to sell us crossbow bolts and other supplies like that.
And what's up, Aaron? Or Hazel?
That's all good. I was gonna ask, like, now that he's closer, can I see if his glasses are actually glasses or if they're just like the frames and he's just wearing them because he's trying to resemble Nuka?
Give me a perception check.
Do 12.
12. Hard to tell.
Okay.
They look like pretty normal glasses.
Okay. So there's actually lenses in them. It's not just literally the
There's
frame.
lenses.
Okay. So it's not just literally the frames and he's just wearing them trying to resemble Nuka.
Yeah, no, there are indeed some sort of glare coming off in the right lighting.
Okay.
And he's gonna turn and say, yes, come in. And he'll look to his buddy and like, I can't whistle, but he whistles, and then his buddy like perks up and runs behind a counter and stands behind it like he's really excited to play shopkeep. So the temple is also their like store area.
Fun.
That excitement in the apathy temple. I know I'm not there, but I really just want to put my commentary on this entire situation.
That's fair. He's probably gonna get kicked out.
All right,
the
so
way.
I go up to the counter, I guess.
Yep.
Is there a bell I should ring, or?
No, he is like big smiles awaiting you, and what do you want?
Right now, ammo.
What kind of ammo?
Crossbow bolts.
Well,
What are you
we have
buying?
those in stock. Just
What are
gotta
you-
see how much they cost.
I'm now just going to Resident Evil's like, what are you buying? What are you selling?
Selling.
Stranger, now that's a weapon.
That's a weapon. I think it's 1 gold for like a bunch, but I know a bunch doesn't help you out.
I can pull it up.
20, I think.
Yes, so like I think for a gold you'd get like a quiver which holds like 20 arrows. I think that's correct.
All right, so I'll chuck him 2 gold to get 40.
Okay. And he will procure that for you. Would you like it gift wrapped?
No thanks.
A bow?
Maybe next time.
Okay. Can I-
Also, do you want us to be tracking rations and stuff?
Yes. Yeah. If I forget,
Especially for like the 8 days in to the city.
Yeah. Okay, so I also need about 8 days worth of rations for 3 people.
give me a moment. I need to find them.
I've got 10 I've got 10 rations on me, so.
Rations cost. I think I'd memorize this.
Rations are 5 silver per ration. Each ration is 1 day.
Okay. And you wanted 10 rations?
I have 10 rations.
Or sorry, how many did you
8
want?
days worth for 3 people, so 24?
All right. Let me. Do you want that gift wrapped?
Tell you what, gift wrap 8 of those and leave the rest loose.
You will very excitedly start doing that. You get the feeling that this man doesn't actually have a lot to fill his day, and he may not be suited for Temple of Apathy. Yes, Naroke.
I'm just taking a look at list here quickly. Where are caltrops?
You're buying caltrops?
Or do I own caltrops? I may have already purchased
allowed.
caltrops. Oh, no, never mind.
allowed.
I already
That's
have
such a-
caltrops. Never mind. We're good.
All right. Okay.
I have 10 pounds
so
of
after-
caltrops.
After 2 minutes, he has neatly, pristinely wrapped, like crisp edges and stuff, in this box, 8 days worth of rations, and
Wait,
just gives you the
you
rest.
put all 8 rations in one box. I thought the instruction was to individually wrap 8 rations.
No. All the 8 rations in one box.
It's like, I can redo it.
All 8 rations in one box.
Okay.
And then I
Perfect.
hand Naroke another 8.
Okay, I'll add 8 more to my collection. I was half expecting you to just, like, individually wrap them and then, like, hey, Marsh, we'll have a present.
Open wide.
Just every day, just throw another one at him. It's like, have another present. Thump.
Happy birthday!
Again. Because you don't know when your birthday is. Alright, I was going to say caltrops. Rations, bolts, anything else you would like to procure?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
We got camping gear already.
Good rules. Alright. Well, the templeman will see you off. One waves a bit more furiously than the other one. That kind of just has like a queen wave going on. He's jumping
Yeah,
up
he's
and
getting
down.
fired.
Okay, that is your trip to the temple/supply store. All right, Marsh.
Hey,
Hey, you and Raptor, buddy, old pal,
the team.
dream team.
They're gonna
Can
die.
you give me a survival check just to get you situated? Try and get you situated in the right direction.
Where did I put that roll 20 tab? There it is.
So many tabs.
13.
13. Okay. Things look a little different during the day, obviously, than they do at night, and it's almost like seeing the world through a new lens. But it's not too hard for you to kind of pick up your tracks from the way you came in. Now that they were obviously pointed out, or that you've seen them before, those weird little plants in the ground, you see them. They're not glowing, so you know to head away from them.
Mhm.
And before long, you come to two houses. The same two houses you passed. Your friends aren't there. Give me a moment.
Yeah, there's
Friends.
a battle map. This does not bode
it's
well.
Not. It's not a battle map.
Oh, your
That's
friends
the
aren't there. I better
marshmallow.
remove them from this scene. He's gonna die.
It's just
Yep.
just someone's cottage. Like, I'm just taking a look.
It's
My
the true home of
natural-
Father Farmer and his actual
Curiosity.
evil culty stuff.
Yeah, the evil farmer cult was just an hour's walk from the other one.
From his wholesome cult.
Cat corn farm. Yeah, no. All right, so you've arrived. What would you like to do?
Honestly, I was just planning on like scouting it out a little bit, so just kind of watch from a distance for a little while, see if
Okay.
anyone's living there. That's like
Absolutely.
the biggest thing I'm looking.
Okay, so you're pretend you're not in here, but you let's say you give it like 15 minutes of kind of hiding in the brush and stuff, and there's no. Actually, give me a perception check.
Sure. 12.
12. No movement. You're not hearing anything. Not even around you in your surroundings. It's pretty quiet on the home front. No signs that anyone is inside or has left.
Okay, I'll try to sneak up a bit closer, see if I can see anything through any windows or anything.
Okay.
So-
There's definitely windows. So perception check at 12 is that?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's what I got before. Do you want me to roll again?
Oh, sorry. Yes, please roll again.
Yep. 4.
That one.
4. Well, these aren't really sneaky houses, and they're not trying to hide anything from you, luckily. Like, so, you can peer into the busted windows and see, like a bed, desk, maybe a dresser in these houses. They look abandoned, but there's definitely stuff inside them.
Okay, I knock on the front door.
Which house do you want to?
The more abandoned looking one.
All right, cool. The door is pretty much in shambles. The wall that had the door encased in it has kind of fallen, so you've got to step over some debris and whatnot. But you can, get inside that house there.
Also, if we're supposed to be able
and
to
you
see this, we can't.
Oh. Oh no. I didn't pull the tab over, did I?
Nope. I'm watching you like so closely looking at the screen. It's just like, I'm pretty sure Mel's looking at a battle map, but we can't see it.
You bet your sweet bippy. So this is the more shambly house, and you are in it.
Cool.
So there's a bed, there's a dresser, there's also a desk with an alchemy set on it.
Ooh, I think I have one, but I could do with 2 of those.
At And this set looks very tailored to a specific thing. There's also a bunch of glass, like bottles and tubes, and what looks like a little, like, I guess the sort of medieval version of a Bunsen burner.
I just kind of like look around to see if anyone's watching.
Nope, not that you're aware of.
Okay, I'll just start taking it.
Okay. Yep. You can add another alchemist set to your inventory.
Woohoo.
Are you gonna take all the glass bottles and stuff too?
Sure am.
Okay.
And before there's an invisible person in the house, it's just waiting to stab him.
So, that would be overkill. Let's see here. One more of those. And yeah, so was there any vials that had that were still intact and had stuff in them?
Nope, not
Okay.
on this desk.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of do getting pretty confident there's not really anyone here. I'm just gonna do a more kind of a quick search just in this house, and I'll quickly search in the other house, and then I'll probably start heading back if nothing weird happens.
Absolutely. Yeah, this one's pretty barren, kind of looking like it was more in shambles than the other one. So you can hop over into the other house.
Yep, will do.
And door is unlocked in this one. The other one was super busted. This one's less busted, opens right up. Kind of has a similar setup: a bed, a dresser, a desk with a absolutely busted alchemist set. Bottles are broken, tubes are everywhere. So I don't know if you would have seen this. I don't think Naroke would have shared, but there's a weird glass contraption that looks like an inhaler.
I mean, the inhalers were mentioned before in a previous conversation I had.
The inhalers was something that Kit and I had found in the basement of Father Farmer's house. I don't think that we ever actually discussed those with Marsh.
Oh, yeah, I might have been mixing them up with the drugs.
Okay.
We assumed that they were possibly a way of ingesting the drugs, but...
So then you don't recognize this,
Okay.
this is the first time you've seen it. But yeah, it's sort of like a small glass tube that kind of comes into this weird mouthpiece. There's a pile of dried white powder on the table and 2 small bottles of oil.
I think I would take the inhaler just because I would find it interesting, and if it seems intact, I'll take it. Could I do would it be knowledge nature to investigate the oils and powder, or
Nature, or do you get does your alchemist kit give you a role to do on checking out alchemy items? I can't recall if that's how your kit works.
Proficiency with a set of tools lets you add proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make using the tools to craft. So
Okay.
maybe I could do an int check, or it seems like whatever it is, I can add my proficiency bonus to it.
Yeah,
So
let's do a proficiency plus intelligence to discern what it is you found.
okay, proficiency. So that would actually be a 17 once I add my proficiency to it.
Oh, lovely. So it is very obvious to you that these small bottles contain oil of clairvoyance, otherwise known as mint oil.
What does that normally do?
That is a pick-me-up.
Ah.
You would know that people often apply it to pulse points or their temples for a bit of mental stimulation.
Handy. And maybe the powder as well.
Hey, you want to scoop that into some receptacle?
Yeah, is it the same stuff? Is it related to the potions, or is it kind of its own thing?
You get a sense it's related.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
It's
just scoop it into
cocaine.
one of the many. I'll just scoop it up into one of the many vials gathered, and then yeah, no, I think that's enough for that kind of random scavenging adventure.
Okay.
I'll head back, and again, if I see any interesting flowers on the way back, I'll make sure to take those.
On your way out, you'd also notice there's a mirror mounted on the wall. The frame is made of like this like really deep, rich redwood that's been polished, so it shines like quite brilliantly. The wood looks a bit old, and the mirror has a fracture in the bottom left corner, but it still seems surprisingly intact. And it's just a oddly beautiful, large mirror to have in this kind of old shambly house.
I guess I kind of stop, look at the mirror, try to practice frowning, but it probably won't get too far. Just trying to like get ready for the funeral day.
Oh, that's great. Your beautiful visage just stares back at you.
I suppose because you said it's like a large mirror, it's like wider than me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Darn, it would be able to. I can't loop that. That's a little too big.
Quite right.
I'll just kind of like I play around with the mirror a little bit, and then I'll start heading back out.
All right. And you definitely find your way back in no time. It's quite light out considering what light is in these parts, and it's easy to make your way back.
Does he find
roll
any
me a survival
flowers?
check. One survival check, please.
Yep. I'm just getting that up. Boop. 9.
9. You find some like weird, withered, crusty things that you think were yellow at one point. And you can definitely harvest them, but it's just dried, crusty petals.
If they're not interesting looking, I'll just kind of skip it.
Okay. Then
Cool.
skip away. So you make it back to town. Are you gonna go looking for your friends?
Yeah, just meet up with them, say hi.
Show us how much
and-
you've progressed with your frowning.
Maybe.
What were you guys doing during Marsh's adventure?
I mean, probably just hanging out, not doing
Alright.
much. Waiting for a funeral. You don't really start anything while you're waiting for a funeral to start.
Love it. So Marsh, you find them pretty easily. They're just kicking about.
I hand Marsh the gift-wrapped rations and I go, "Happy birthday."
Oh, thank you. Oh man, that will. I kind of got tired of paying for the innkeeper's food. This is appreciated. What's the? What day is it today? I guess I could make that my birthday.
That's awesome.
I will try to take note of this day, whatever day it is.
Yeah, what day is it?
One sec.
Don't ask questions like that. You just made Mel's life hell.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's
Now
the
Mel-
17th.
Now Mel gets to make a calendar.
It's the 17th of the month Luna. Yeah, Luna the 17th. Suck it.
I'll take it.
Right.
Cool. Thank you.
So I imagine you guys are just gonna wait it out until the funeral is ready to go
Yep.
about.
Yeah, at some point during here, I'd have changed into my fancy clothes. So I've got like suit-esque pants on, and then like a dark blue like button-up shirt. That's actually fitted for me.
Yeah, so you probably
No-
look
no
pretty
tie,
dapper
though.
For a
No tie though.
okay, still dapper.
Important
So-
question.
Yes.
Miami Vice style no socks with the loafers, or
No. Actual socks and shoes.
Okay.
So Naroke's fancy. Nick has dressed up in appropriate funeral garb.
Yes.
Marsh, you're just rocking your same old.
Yeah, I don't keep much more clothes than needed.
It's too bad you don't have like a bow tie for the raptor or something. I bet it would look really cute.
Oh, I could like make a crappy one.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. So yeah, The funeral comes by. When you're just kind of chilling around outside, you see not a lot of people in this town, but most of the town is coming out and starting to congregate over by Father Farmer Gowan's farm. Like that. So you would join them, knowing that now is kind of the time.
Yeah.
And when you get there, on the farther outskirts of his town, or his farm, sorry, you pass all the cat corn and the fields growing some other weird stuff, and you're right on the edge. And there is indeed a large pyre set up with the body, presume, of Zalthu, with a blanket over it. There's like a flower crown on him. So, Marsh, there are definitely flowers. These ones aren't white, they're light blue.
I'll get them next time.
So that's going to tip you off that you can find flowers that aren't questionable, maybe drugs.
We don't know that those blue flowers aren't drugs.
That's a good point. And there's a lot of sniffles, there's a lot of tears. Most of the people are dressed in black. It's quite a solemn event. Priscilla is up there, and she's being consoled by two men that you don't recognize. Yeah, everyone is sort of taking a kneel in the farmland. So there's no seats around or anything, but lots of people are kneeling. What are you guys gonna do?
Probably ball up my coat to kneel on so I don't fuck up my knees.
That's some good advice.
I'm going to set my chest down, and I'm going to sit on it.
Okay.
I sit on the ground.
Does Raptor sit? Can it?
It can stay standing all the time. Unless I would pick up, it would maybe be disrespectful of the stand. He would just stay standing.
Okay. So, one by one, starting with Father Farmer Gowan, he's gonna walk up to the front, and like he kind of goes before the pyre, and he bows down, and he says some words that you can't really hear, and then he moves along his way. Father Brown comes by, does the same thing, bows his head. You assume these people are just paying their respects. And then you see Marlowe, Madge do it. Brother Jeff goes there too.
Was Jeff the overexcited one, or is Jeff the more somber
Jeff
one?
was the what can I do for you? Very calm.
Okay.
Just, you're here. You did not ask the name of the one that's probably getting fired.
We knew not to get attached to him.
Yep. Don't give it a name. They'll be sad when it's gone. And as each person goes... Brisket.
Whatever whose name might also be Brisket, because my brain keeps saying his name is Brisket.
Which is a great name, so it sticks. And as each of those members went by, they also sort of gave Priscilla a hug and stuff. So very much just paying their respects and consoling her. And then one of the men that she was standing beside Priscilla kind of comes to the crowd that's kneeling, and in a loud voice so that you guys can hear him, even from the back, he'll say a few words to speak in these trying times. Today we have lost one of the best of us, and it fills our hearts with a pain we'd rather not know. And it must make us afraid. Afraid for what tomorrow holds, for the safety of our loved ones, of ourselves. And when the shadow of fear and doubt and death is upon you, what can you do but turn somewhere? And I want all of you to turn to your left and turn to your right. These are the people that you must turn to in trying times. We all play a role in grieving, and we must be here for one another to help find happier days. So we will remember Zalthu as the passionate young man that he was, the strong man he was, the kind soul that he was. And I hope we will strive to uphold his ideals, to honor him. And then he'll gesture to the other man and Priscilla and say, "Now then, Priscilla." And then she will take a torch from the other man and light it.
At this point, I'm going to lean over to Marsh and be like, I think this is where they start eating.
That's why they're going to cook it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you don't eat the meat raw.
Both of you, please shut up.
I think you're sitting at the back.
Well, yeah, if I sat at the front, no one else would be able to see.
And Priscilla will indeed start walking around the large pyre, and she will touch it to the dried like grass and hay and stuff, and she'll make a whole loop around, adding more fire to the pyre. And it starts to go up in a blaze. Can I get all of you to make me perception checks, please?
I don't want to stare too hard into the fire.
See, I'm half expecting the body to start moving at this point, and then we're gonna have a flaming zombie running through the funeral.
12.
12.
16.
6.
So Naroke, Giggle, I want you to shut up at all times. You notice the hand of Zolthu weirdly start to twitch. The body's definitely becoming more and more on fire at this point. The blaze is overtaking the pyre. But the movement of its hand and wrist and arm does not elude or surpass you like you. It seems lively.
Oh.
Real talk, though, Rasputin's body did sit straight up on his funeral pyre.
No way.
Because weird shit happens with fire and tendons and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Makes sense.
Um.
And in death, he was a baller.
Would I be within 60 feet of the pyre?
Odds or evens?
Evens.
Yes, you would be.
Okay. So, Marsh and Nick would hear me just kind of like muttering under my breath, and I'm gonna cast Hold Person.
On
On the
yourself,
zombie.
right? Yeah,
Nope.
that's a really good idea.
No, I'm casting Hold Person on Zolthu? Question mark?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm casting it on Zolthu.
Okay. Let me just... Sorry, hold person is exactly like it sounds, right?
Choose a humanoid you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration.
Alright, just one moment.
If
Wisdom.
this is an undead Zolthu, does that count as a humanoid at that point?
It's still
Things are
humanoid.
getting
Yeah, it's still
complicated.
humanoid.
Yeah, humanoid is just the... Like, I couldn't cast Hold Person on something like a wolf. But an
Or
orc,
the raptor.
a zombie, as long as a humanoid
about-
zombie.
What about a werewolf? Where does that lie on the wolf to man scale?
Werewolves are considered monstrosities, so they would not work on them.
Humanoid. Okay, sorry, that was a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, alright. Ooh, a 1, not natural.
So he is unable to move.
So...
At the
I
end of
like to
each of
think
it, at
that-
the end of each of his turns, he can attempt to make the wisdom saving throw again and try and start moving. But I'm concentrating on a holding person to just keep him there.
So when the spell connects or whatnot, his arm is it's just his hand is just starting to go up, and then you see it hold fast, and he's not moving. And the fire is spreading, and people are bowing their heads and they're crying. Priscilla starts crying. You see her shoulders bobbing. So can make an attempt to break it.
Okay.
Does 12 pass the DC?
12 is the DC, I believe.
Ba, 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 ba.
Sweet.
Yes,
Okay,
12
well-
is the DC.
So at this point, the fire has pretty much overtaken the mass of the pyre, and it's hard to make out if the billowing flames are coming from like something that's standing up and moving. Can you guys make me perception checks?
Would I know that he's broken free of my spell?
Yeah.
Because as soon as he's broken it, the spell would end.
Yeah, you would know.
No.
22.
That's 4.
I have 7. But since I do know that he's broken my spell, I am going to quickly comment to Nick and Marsh that boys back standing, we may want to deal with this.
What?
And I'm going to grab my heavy crossbow for my chest.
Jesus.
Okay, Marsh and Naroke. So Naroke, you know, obviously, but you guys don't see what happens. Nick, you can tell that there was sort of a mass that was kind of getting up and moving, but it rolled backwards and presumably fell off the kind of makeshift bed that...
So it's no longer on the pyre.
It's not.
Is it stopped dropping and rolling, or?
You can't tell because it is behind it. It's grown quite large. You're not sure what's happening other than the mass that was there is no longer on top.
Well, that doesn't bode well. I think it fell off the pyre.
Upon being told that it probably fell off the pyre, I am going to boogie up towards the pyre.
Oh boy.
So straight, like at the front where...
Yeah, I am standing up and I am stepping over people if I have to. And considering they're kneeling, I am full striding over them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Their heads don't even meet your inseam. You're so freakishly tall. Okay, well, as you do that, you hear like the mutterings and the gasps, and people are just so like appalled, like what is going on, that this man is so brazenly...
How unorthodox!
Yeah.
How dare the random strange orc going through, or the strange Goliath going through the town be not following our town's customs? The nerve.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know this world's customs. In your defense, not that I want to defend you at all. To Nick and Marsh, are you guys following? Or are you letting this...
do a little more subtly, since I'm in the back anyway, I'm just going to start to circle around the edge of the funeral and see if I can get a look at the other side of the pyre.
Okay, and Marsh, what's your role? Are popcorn, like cat corn, just...
I honestly don't quite know what to do in this situation, so I guess I'll just kind of see what happens.
All right, Naroke. You've definitely caught the attention. Priscilla doesn't notice you because almost everyone. Priscilla is very intently focused on like the fire, and she's just looking solemnly at it. But the two men that were with her definitely notice you, and they're walking up to meet you. Part way.
As they're coming towards me, like I imagine like I'm using like the majority of my movement to get up here, so I'm most of the way there already by the time they'd have gotten to where I am. And all I'm gonna say to them is "Dead man is walking."
So the taller of the two gentlemen is gonna put out his hands and say, "I presume you mean yourself if you don't back off."
No, I mean the boy. He's turned into a zombie. We may want to deal with this before this gets eaten.
The two men will go pale.
And I'm gonna walk right as they go pale. I'm just gonna keep walking. There is no stopping. Also, I don't think either of them would be able to stop Naroke if they tried.
Like they could hug you, but you would just like walk with them like a child on legs.
Yeah, it's one wrapped around one leg, one wrapped around the other. It's like I'm going a little slower, but I'm still going.
Okay, quick question: Did you draw a weapon?
I have my heavy crossbow.
Heavy crossbow. Okay. Over to Nick. You have skirted around while Naroke is tromping through, and you see just having fallen off the pyre bed, a tall mass that's like slowly trying to lumber up. That is very much on fire.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna try and take a quiet shot with the crossbow. See if I can put this thing down before we cause any more upset.
Okay. That attack roll.
13.
13. Oh, yep, that hits. Roll me that Dominaggio.
Oh yeah, I forgot to roll my wild surge on that whole person.
Oh, thank you. Right.
That is 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing damage. Okay. So your crossbow
Okay, I
bolt
didn't search.
is
Good.
gonna. You didn't search. Excellent. So it hits like just a meaty, solid hit in the leg, and it drops down to one knee and then kind of topples over. And it's still moving, but it's now fallen and can't get up in the current moment. Yeah, solid hit, but it's still moving.
Crap.
All right, Naroke, you have walked to the funeral pyre up front and center, I presume.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Actually, can I straight up destroy him with this?
'Cause you don't see him.
I know he's on the other.
Outside
I know
the
that he's
fire.
on the other side of the pyre because I was told that by Nick.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Okay, I don't have destroy undead. I just have turn undead.
Don't turn.
Why not?
Please don't. Don't make the
Then
bad
we've got a
situation.
flaming zombie running off into the woods, starting a forest fire. What's not to like about that?
Exactly. But no,
I
I
remember you wanted. Oh, sorry. Go on.
look. What were you gonna say?
I was say if I remember, you guys wanted to light Kashmir Forest on fire. You talked about it several times.
But no. I'm gonna get up to where Priscilla is, and I'm gonna be like, I hate to alarm you, but it seems the holdings of the city is affecting the boy at this point. You may want to step back.
And at this, Priscilla is gonna just like the deepest sigh, like her day just couldn't get any shittier. And you see her reach down from her ankle. There was like a strap that had a dagger in it. And she's gonna pull out a dagger. And she's gonna start circling the funeral pyre.
This is my favorite character. She's dope as shit.
What would it require? Like, would I be able to remove my shirt as a free action? There's logic behind this. Naroke is not just stripping for shits and giggles.
I feel like doffing armor, and I feel like a shirt counts is an action.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Because like you got your weapon in hand, so like stabbing that into the ground.
Oh, it would literally just be dropping the weapon. It wouldn't be like trying to like put it nicely down or anything like that. But if removing the shirt would be considered an action, that's fine.
Yeah.
I won't do that then. Yeah, what the hell? I'm gonna follow Priscilla around the pyre, and I'm going to attempt to grab onto Zolthu to basically stop him from being able to move.
Okay. So the pyre is quite big, so you guys have started your journey there. Marsh, you are just watching, and you see Naroke go up, and the kind of brief altercation with the tall gentleman, and then him talking to Priscilla. You see Priscilla pull out a dagger, and then they start going around, and all of the townsfolk around you are like muttering and all aflutter, and 2 people are getting up and like hightailing back to the town.
Somebody tells me this isn't the first funeral they've had that someone's gotten back up.
Maybe I should try to keep everything under control.
What does that look
Please
like?
explain how you intend to do that.
I'll just kind of maybe like gesture to the crowd. It's like, okay, guys, don't worry. I think Naroke has this handled. He's good with this dead people kind of stuff. He'll get it all sorted.
The people that are around that can hear you don't know what you're talking about. They don't even know who you are. You're not elevating the concern, but you're not decreasing those levels either.
I just kind of like point to Naroke, and then I just kind of like point to the corpse, and I start making various hand signs. There's only probably like a couple people paying attention to me.
Raptor is very enamored with what you're saying.
Good raptor.
Okay.
I'll kind of do that while I'm like slowly also heading towards the group, just in case something does go bad, I can hop in.
Along the outsides, like following sort of the same path as Nick, or are you Naroking it and like hopping over people?
Just kind of awkwardly walking past people. Like I'm not like being too aggressive about it. Just kind of like trying to find spots in between people and wiggling my way through.
All right, it's not like too sparsely populated, but yeah, if you want to go through peeps, you certainly can. So Nick, Zolthu is still kind of wiggling around and looks like he's trying to pull himself up, and you can see Priscilla round, not a corner, but the part of a circle comes round the other way of the pyre, with
Okay.
Naroke following behind.
I'm gonna try and put another crossbow bolt into that zombie.
Definitely.
16?
Oh, you bet your sweet bippy that hits.
Okay, and would Naroke and Priscilla be close enough for sneak attack to apply? They'd have to be within 5 feet.
No, they're not close enough yet.
Isn't
Okay,
sneak
so
attack
it's 11
only
piercing
range
damage.
or only melee attacks as well, or does it apply for range?
Sneak attack applies to any attack where somebody is within 5 feet, or if you have advantage.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 11 piercing.
Holy crap. Okay. It's so I like to think as it was trying to get up, you got it in the other sort of leg, and he's completely fallen to his knees, and he's sort of leaning back away from you, fiery arms outstretched.
Ah, shit.
So yeah, he's down on his knees. Solid hit.
What is this, a Terrence Malick movie? Jesus.
Naroke, you are following behind Priscilla, who is walking with purpose.
Yep. I'm gonna try and get past Priscilla essentially, so that I can grab onto Zolthu, so that he cannot move while she finishes him.
All right. That's easy enough. I mean, it's not a race. It's not a competition. She has nothing to prove. You can definitely skirt past her. She probably looks concerned. Like, obviously you guys are capable, but she's unsure why you're rushing up to her boy, but
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so would it be a grapple at that point, or considering that he's already on his... Pardon?
This isn't another hold person.
No, this is me literally grabbing onto Zolthu.
Yeah, let's do a grapple. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, quick question. Are you grabbing onto an on-fire zombie at the moment?
Yes.
Yes.
That was why I was asking originally about the shirt, is because I was going to wrap the shirt around my hands to grab him. So it was not just Naroke wanting to strip.
Fair enough.
So that would be my athletics versus his athletics or acrobatics, which I'm assuming he might have disadvantage on account he has a crossbow bolt in each knee and is currently stuck to the ground. And probably on fire.
Yeah. He's seen better days. Like, multiple times. What you rolled a
17.
17? All right. Versus his athletics. Oh, that was a decent roll, but with a severe negative. So a 10, I imagine.
No, so I walk up and just get a solid grip on him so that he can't flail about and attack Mama.
Okay, so he had his arms out, so I like to picture it. You correct me if I'm wrong, that you kind of push his arms down and try to hold them behind his back, or how do you want to hold him?
Are we coming around from behind him, or is he facing
From
towards
behind
us?
him.
Okay.
He's facing. Look, you guys are coming behind.
Yeah, then I'm gonna grab his arms and gonna pull him down behind his back.
Pitch in. You're gonna take 2 points of fire damage.
As expected.
Yep.
Would my shirt have saved me from those 2 points of fire damage?
Probably not. He's quite ablaze. He's not like Cinderella with the low embers. He's,
That's fair.
Fabulous. Okay. And then Priscilla, without missing a beat, now kind of understanding what you're doing, she's gonna come up, dagger in hand, and as you hold him back, pin him down, his head is kind of like upturned, and she's going to stick the dagger through his like open mouth down his throat.
Shit. It's metal as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Naroke, the body goes limp in your hands and kind of slumps.
I'm a hoist him back up onto that pyre.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, the body's going back up on the pyre where it's supposed to be in the first place.
We're gonna make sure this funeral doesn't get ruined. Well, that's my goal, at least.
How do you intend to achieve this goal, please?
Again, I'm trying to calm the crowd. Can't you see?
Currently, I thought you were just wandering through the crowd trying to get up to where we are in case we needed help.
But while I'm wandering to you, I'm going to everyone. It's like, settle down, normal.
Don't get excited.
Don't panic.
Marsh.
This is fine.
You would make it around, just like while you're calmly trying to console the people that you're passing. By the time you get around to the back where the real show was happening, you are in time to see Naroke. I imagine quickly sort of hoist the body back up because he's well on fire.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be touching him too long. Taking another 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And the body, unmoving, back on the fire. What you doing?
Can we adopt Priscilla? She's metal as fuck.
Yeah, not bad for a farmhand.
I know, right?
Suppose you could talk to her about it after.
It's like, so with the sun being gone, the farming thing might not be the greatest venture for you. You ever thought of adventuring with us?
I mean, they have persuasion checks for a reason.
Yup.
I imagine now's not the time, but you do you, Naroke. So by this point, you can hear like a bit of a ruckus, and people are sort of not panicked and screaming, but there's a lot more chitter chatter than there was when the service was starting before. Do you guys go back out?
Yes.
Yeah, now that the body has been re-identified, yeah, I'm gonna go back and take a seat back on my chest and put my heavy crossbow down beside it.
Crowd has substantially thinned, considering how thin it was to begin with. You get a sense, Marsh, that people didn't take your words to heart.
Marsh is gonna picture the ones that are staying because of him and go back to his seat.
You have a great outlook. Great outlook on life. And Priscilla is gonna take her place. Like she whispers a thank you to you, Naroke and Nick.
I'm just gonna nod.
Just kind of okay. And she goes thank you to Marsh as she passes by because she's not exactly sure. You just sort of showed up at the end because you're affiliated with the group.
He sure did.
And she'll resume her position where she was before, standing at the pyre, paying her respects, going through that custom, that ritual that they have. And the fire burns on for hours before it dwindles down into hot coals and ash and glowing embers. Do you guys want to stay for the whole thing, or do you want to phone it in after a certain amount of time?
I think we stay for like a reasonable amount of time to make sure the damn thing's not getting back up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's like once the thing is sufficiently not ever getting back up again, then
we can probably dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So all throughout the rest of the time that you're there, you see no other movement other than the dance of the flames.
Okay. Spiffy.
And then I guess we go back to see Madge.
Yeah, we gotta talk to Madge and maybe tomorrow. Are we staying in town tonight, or are we going into the city tonight?
I don't think we want to start by night.
Yeah, whatever we can do to maybe work out a us arriving at the city when the sun's up would be preferable.
Yeah, I think we stay the night here, and then we start bright and early tomorrow. And
So
we're gonna have to
similar
spend
to
some
last
nights on
time.
the road, but yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, yeah. So we'll find somewhere to hunker down for the night. Probably back at the inn. And
And sorry, were you paying Madge a visit tonight quickly, or are you paying her a visit tomorrow?
She said to come back tonight because she'd have something ready, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and you would have seen her leave the funeral before you guys, so she presumably head home. And when you tap upon her little witch's hut, she fully is not surprised to see you, welcomes you in. Same deal as before, goes to stand behind her sort of desk. And there are 3 potions of Cure Light Wounds.
Ooh.
Or potions of healing. Yeah, 1 for each of you.
Dope.
But while we're getting that, I'm just gonna. So, scale of 1 to always. How often do the dead get back up during your funerals?
Well, like a frequent, not always, frequently.
Okay.
I keep telling them, just take it off at the head. They think it's a bit disrespectful to the dead. Usually this happens within a day of the passing. I'm not sure how long the boy was out there. I'm not sure when he died. Can't say I'm surprised.
Seemed like he'd been dead for a hot minute when we came across him.
Okay. That far in, maybe it had a quicker effect, I'm not sure. Well done, by the way. Quick to take action there.
Yeah, I tried to stop him without making any ruckus, but boy was a stubborn one.
We got it all under control.
Yes. Without any ruckus, walking straight through over people. Starting.
Well, no, prior to that, I attempted to stop him without making a ruckus. But unfortunately, the boy was a stubborn one, so physical incentivization had to be implemented.
She just nods along.
So sorry, I apologize, Madge, but I always have so many questions. I might have one more for you. What happened to the previous alchemists of this town? There's a couple, like a pretty close walk away from town, but they're not there anymore?
Previous alchemists. My predecessor died quite a long time ago. I was his apprentice. That must have been well over a decade. I don't know any others that you could be referring to.
Did he have a very nice mirror?
Me? No, I don't know. I don't follow.
Oh, okay. No worries. I just found some houses. Had some alchemist stuff in them. You're an alchemist. Figured you might know.
Fair enough. No, I suppose an alchemist lived at this place at one time and doesn't anymore.
Wonder what they're up to.
Sorry, I can't be of more help, my friend. How do you
Well,
know they were alchemists?
Oh, I went into their house, and there was alchemist stuff everywhere. And a cool mirror. And also, I kind of pull out these oils of clairvoyance or something. I don't know. Not my cup of tea.
Upon seeing him pull out the oils of clairvoyance, I'm like, oh yeah, I meant to ask about these things. I'm gonna pull out one of the little like inhaler-looking things. What are these?
She was kind of like weirdly, sort of not scowling at the oil of clairvoyance, but just sort of like cockeyed. And then when you pull out the inhaler on top of that, she's just gonna straight up scowl and be like, "Is that all the business we have today?" You seem to want to try and involve me with some nefarious things. I keep telling you to put that stuff away. Don't bring it out here.
To be fair, the only thing she
Oh.
told us to put away are the white flowers.
And also, those alchemists didn't seem to have anything weird. Just these oils are legal, to my knowledge.
Can be, yes. It's technically not illegal to have that on its own. It makes me question it when I see these together.
Oh, these we found in
Perfect.
Father Farmer's house.
What are you doing at Gowan's house?
Well, there was a
Well,
funeral
you
there.
see, we thought but didn't we think he was stole the Orc Boy or something like that, hiding him in the basement?
I don't actually know these guys.
I would... Sir,
Sorry, you cut out
Also-
there for a second now.
I wouldn't want to either. That's absurd. And more than I wanted to know about my friend Gowan.
So what are they, though? You never answered that.
She's gonna do this weird, like, look around in case someone's, like, listening in, but it's just you guys and the door's closed. And then she'll, I guess, sort of lean forward, just... It is an inhaler used to consume Zeta Dry.
Oh,
that's the
that's
stuff. Yeah,
the stuff from
that's
the
the stuff
flowers.
we-
Okay.
that's the stuff we got you to eat.
Yeah, it made my tongue numb.
Yeah, some sort of painkiller.
Don't consume it.
Well,
But
we were
it was
trying
a-
to
it was a
figure out what
flower.
it was.
It was a flower.
Normally eat...
He offered me a
Random
flower, and
thing-
so I ate it.
Okay. There's a lot to unpack there. Are we done?
And poor Dominic's just like, oh
Yeah,
god,
we're
these
done.
people are idiots.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, we're
Thank
done.
you for everything.
If we
Go
if
on.
we
Is it-
have any
is-
more problems, we'll make sure to ask you. You seem to be
Don't
the
threaten the woman like that.
knowledgeable local.
Yes, someone has to be. Okay, word of advice. You're leaving. Keep that under wraps. Probably get rid of it. Don't have those on your person. It's very incriminating. And don't just whip it out all willy-nilly.
But we didn't know what it was, so if we just hide everything that we don't know what it is, we're never going to find out what things are. So we ask, so we can learn.
We are agents of discovery and figuring things out stuff.
Yes, and knowledge is power. I can understand. Okay, but now you know. So keep it under wraps.
Also, while we're going back into the city, is there anything else that we can keep our eyes open for you while we're in there?
Yeah, we're
Oh,
doing another
wow.
deep dive.
Since
Suppose
we're
you
going
would
back
want
into the
something while
city
we're
and
there.
you were able to provide us with the chemicals in order to be able to not die, hopefully.
Wow, that's very, very considerate of you. Perhaps my opinion is quickly changing this moment. Books. I love books.
What about?
I cast detect sarcasm.
Everything glows brightly in a 10-foot radius. I think that's how that works. Anyways,
Books? Are you sure not interested in little magical knickknacks or anything of the sort? I don't know,
I think what books will do. So if we find any
okay,
books,
I guess we'll keep all the magical knickknacks to ourselves. But if we find a good book,
great.
send
Yes,
it your way.
if you're going as deep into the city as you're leading me to believe, you deserve anything you find. Crazy souls. Are we done?
If we've
Sure.
run out of, if we let's say we need to get more potions in the future, could we come back in the future and get some more per se? I assume it'd come at some sort of cost.
Yes. Yes. If you plan
Okay.
on making this a habit and you survive,
There's,
yes.
we could set up a whole business of just going into the city and grabbing random
yeah.
stuff.
There's, people seem to buy a ton of things that come out of that city.
Thoughts to
There's
ponder
always
in the
a
future.
Market. It's a market for looting, that is for sure. Good luck, Nick. It's gonna
Thank you.
pointedly turn to you. Good luck.
It was lovely to meet you too, Madge. My apologies in advance for the inevitable harm that we've done to your blood pressure.
Oh,
Yeah.
It can't be worse than some people I know. Still
Well-
making eye contact.
Well, once we're back from our deep dive, we'll make sure to stop on
We'll
in
stop
on the
on
way
by.
out.
Again, don't threaten the woman like that.
Thank you for paying your respects at the funeral. Thank you for everything else at the funeral.
Yeah,
Good day.
that.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, I'll head out as well.
I can tell
We've
we've overstayed our welcome.
We've
by
tormented this poor
several
woman
hours
enough.
At this point.
We've tormented this poor woman enough.
I'm hesitant to say any more questions. Hey,
Don't encourage Marsh. Or
If you ever have
Naroke.
any ideas about the box, let me know.
taking a poke. All right. You leave Madge's done.
We
period.
leave
It's
Madge's done.
Madge's house is left. It's afternoon at this point. You have the whole day ahead of you to do things or wait it out till morning.
Is there anything people
I
were
don't think
needing
there's
to
any
do?
more houses I want to break into, so I'm good.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, there's always that option.
I think it wasn't really a house. I think it was more of a drug den now that I think about it.
The farmer's
Drug
place?
cult den.
Oh, I'm talking about the two houses I looked at
Oh,
like ages
yes.
ago.
Possibly.
Link.
Though, if these things are for drugs, and I'm gonna hold out my hand, and it's like, oh no, I already put that in my, already put that back in the chest. But like, if these things are for drugs, then Gowan was into something.
Yeah, Gowan's on drugs.
Oh yeah,
Eh,
Are we surprised?
not even remotely.
I'm just
Yeah.
more excited about hearing about those parties.
I mean, being on drugs feels like on par with the whole hillbilly cult shit thing.
They've got a pretty sophisticated operation. I
Not
mean,
really?
Not really. If
I
they're
mean-
dead.
they had like a ton of alchemist stuff. Like it was friggin' everywhere.
Wait, are we still talking about the farther farmer?
I assume the father farmer is responsible for that drug den I found in the afternoon.
I assume you
Based
also
on
never told
what?
us that you went to go to those two houses. I imagine you kind of walked off.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, while you guys were going shopping, I decided to stop by those houses and take a look. And I found this, and I found this, and then I'm about to pull out the inhaler, and I'm like, I guess I shouldn't pull out that. And I just keep pulling out glassware, and it's like, yeah, no, I mean, looks like someone was making stuff here. This is
You
a
guys
cool
rolling
mirror.
Perception checks?
Perception checks? Okay.
Yes, please. Sorry to interrupt you, Marsh.
Oh, no worries.
8.
I'm gonna laugh if both Marsh and I get ones. Oh no, I got a 14. Okay.
Should I roll?
Yeah, you can roll.
Okay,
I was gonna laugh really hard if like both Marsh and I got ones, and then like there's a cop like right behind us. Oh well, Tongue, the one
All right. Okay.
A
with a nat 20 on the other side.
Why don't you just flip a coin for all your rolls?
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess, yeah. I was trying to be subtle.
So Naroke, you notice that one of the town guards. So there's usually one stationed at the entrance. There's one stationed at like the town hall, and there's one roving. So the roving guard is coming by Madge's house.
Oh, we should stick around and watch that.
So he's not quite within earshot, but you notice he's coming over. It's not like he's like coming to you, but
Just Terminator sprint.
he's just making the rounds and he's getting closer.
I mean, I didn't pull the inhaler out of the bag. I don't say to myself.
So why don't we head back to the inn? I suppose we've got a day.
Yeah, good idea.
There's not a whole lot left that we need to do today. If we're gonna be heading out first thing in the morning, we should probably get some rest.
I
Yeah.
want to show that one crying guy that hand I made. He didn't seem to believe my story, so that's what I'll spend this evening doing.
Just tormenting the locals, I guess.
No.
I'm not tormenting, I'm educating, because it's like, what if they run into an alleyway of dark helping hands? If I say it out loud, it really does sound silly.
It really does, and I was there.
All right, to the inn. The bent arrow.
I just find, as we're walking in, it's like, I just find human hands so much weird compared to lizard hands. It's like, they're so nubby.
So you made the hand, right? So you made it the night that you came
Yes.
back? So
Yep.
Are you brandishing it when you come into the tavern?
Oh yeah. When I come into the tavern, I'm trying to explain to the group that I made this, and it reminds me of that time yesterday.
Okay. And when you say the group, you mean the party, not the group of people in the
Yes,
tavern
no.
drinking to his honor. Okay.
Yep.
So the tavern is the busiest you've ever seen it. So what stragglers may have been left to help contain and put out the fire at the funeral might still be there, but everyone else, it seems, has piled in, and they are drinking like it's the Civil War. And
Prohibition's going into effect tomorrow.
So it's a party. It's a party. And like Malthu he's up on the counter. He's not just like on his little stool that he moves, and he's like racing back and forth to deliver drinks and whatnot. So it's busy. There's like a bard-esque person playing like some sort of loop thing in the corner. People are like stamping their feet and clapping their hands.
Well, I'm gonna. Is the crying guy here?
God.
Yeah, no, drunken McCryerson lives here. You imagine he's definitely here.
Well, I'll just kind of walk up behind him and put my fake hand on his shoulder.
So you go. Okay, question about this hand. Sorry.
Yes.
Is it just? Does it have the ability to like squeeze or anything, or is it just limp?
I was hoping to hook it up like a puppet hand, so I could be able to control the fingers with strings and stuff.
All right. So do you just gently, like, is it like a hey buddy, like?
Yes.
All right.
But it's also made of like sticks and like broken stuff. So it's...
Ease.
All right. So it's a nice caress without like withering touch, and he is gonna sort of like into it before he looks over and jumps right out of his seat, knocking people over. Like he was having the best 4 seconds of his life in a long time, and you ruined it for him by being you.
I'm so surprised how you took the situation. That's impressive. Okay, I just kind of wave with the fake hand, and it's like, yeah, alleyway hand. It was one of these. I don't know where to go from here.
Okay, I don't think he hears you. He's just sort of in shock and is like nodding, like, yeah, if I smile and stuff, maybe he'll leave me alone. And he's going to get up and leave the bar.
No, I tried following. It's like, no, wait, I haven't even finished my story, and then I don't know, maybe I get cut off there or something.
Yeah, no, he's ignoring you, and he's still walking out. So you can follow him and try and harass him a bit more, but he's getting out of the bar. You two.
He's gonna get arrested.
Well, after that terrible thing that I just witnessed, there's not really much for me to do at parties. I know better than to steal from people who don't have anything. So it's probably not going to be worthwhile trying to case the room. So I think I'm going to hang out and people watch for a bit and then turn in.
Fair enough. Is Priscilla here or no?
No, Priscilla is still at the pyre.
Okay. Yeah, Naroke is probably going to go and have another bath, clean off the whatever cinders are left, or whatever like chars left on his hands, and probably have to dispose of his shirt because it's probably burnt.
Okay.
From at least burnt from like hoisting the boy back up onto the pyre.
Okay. As you're sort of walking by, because you know the way to the baths, Marthu is gonna ask if you need a key for tonight. Like he shouts it out to you.
Is it covered?
Yes.
Sure.
I'll toss you a key.
And I'll catch the key and stick it in my pocket with the other 2 keys I have.
Okay. So bath time for you. Nick, people watching here is pretty boring. Like if you were entertained by like the drunken frivolity of morning people, you might get a kick out of it, but it's just the usual, like, they're singing songs, like songs that are like faintly familiar to you somehow, like you can't quite recall the words, but they feel right.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, people are
Just the
drinking,
usual
kind of
messy
getting
funeral
salty.
shit.
Yeah. There's some people drunkenly crying too, which kind of offsets the tone, but everyone's ignoring them. Yep.
Oof. Yeah. That'll bring down a room. Yeah.
Yep.
So after rapidly getting bored of this, I'm just gonna turn in.
Okay. And Marsh, have you come back to us?
If he keeps running and walking away, I will eventually let him go and head back into the bar with my puppet hand.
I like to think that like he's trying to get away from you, but then because he's already sort of like had a few drinks, he kind of got himself backed into a corner, and he just listens to you for like 10 minutes, and then you get your point off, and then leave.
Yeah, like I'm like articulating the human hand with like the strings as I'm talking, trying to like reenact how it tried swiping at me in the alleyway.
Yeah, and which makes him kind of creeped out because for all intents and purposes, he's in an alleyway. But he figures you're not out for blood, so he's just like really agreeable. Like, yeah,
okay.
Yeah, cool.
I think like the story isn't a long one. Once it's finished, I'm like, I just kind of like nod my head a little bit, and then I head back into the bar.
Great. You give him the thumbs up with your hand.
Yeah, basically.
Trying to shake his hand. This has been great.
Again, I'm just picturing him holding the hand in one hand, and then with the other hand, I'm like puppet stringing it.
Okay. And you make it back to the Bent Arrow.
And I don't really kind of torment anyone else. I just kind of just hang out like what the rest of the group's doing.
Okay. The ale is free tonight. Everyone's just drinking on the house like there's no tomorrow. And if you ask for a room key, he'll toss it to you. Room is free tonight. They may be swindlers and cheap, but they pay their respects to the dead.
So do we.
Do
Yes.
Well, we
yeah,
make
we
sure
made sure
they
he
stayed
stayed
dead.
dead.
Hey, and I just kind of point to Naroke with the fake hand.
Me too, to give deathly finger guns. All right. Safe to assume you head in for the night.
Yeah.
You are all very well rested come morning. No one's hungover. That's great. It might surprise you or not to find that.
Why is nobody hungover?
Well, I didn't drink anything tonight, so
I think Marsh would have had one because
Okay.
it said it was free.
My apologies. Yes, you can drink, and did.
No, I thought you were implying that nobody who was spending all yesterday drinking was hungover, and I was very suspicious.
Oh no. So you guys,
Okay.
right as rain.
Okay.
So typically your understanding is at closing time, everyone's out. There are a lot of people you recognize from the night before slumped over tables, as if it was too much of a hassle to kick them all out. So,
Oh god,
lots
it's
of
like
sleeping
a frat
buddies.
house next morning.
yeah,
Yep.
not everybody made it up to rooms. And your poor little gnome ski barkeep is there looking like same shit every death. And he offers you breakfast.
sure I'll have another
Sure.
bowl of the slop.
All right.
At this point,
One
he's probably
bowl.
just spitting in it just out of spite because I keep calling it slop.
Slop this. It'll be 1 gold, and he'll say like, "Last day at these prices. Last day. Get your
Well,
fill."
Until someone else dies. I don't.
Thanks,
Sorry.
Marsh.
Marsh,
don't-
stop
I-
incriminating us.
It's just death is a very natural thing. And I kind of
Well-
grumble to myself while I'm eating the
fair
breakfast.
It's sort of like, what a weird thing to say in the morning. Okay, and then he's gonna go off and get you some food because you're not wrong. Okay.
Come on, it's nothing weird. Like people die of old age all the time. I'm just kind of mumbling to myself.
All right. The slop is surprisingly better today. It's almost.
Why?
There's more meat in it. Also, there may be one more person missing from the city.
No. Not how that works. No, it just got more color. Just like maybe some salt was added. Like, he's kind of pulling out some of the stops. Maybe not all of it, but yeah, just tastes a little better today.
Okay.
After you eat, my friends, what would you like to do?
Well,
I think we're heading out.
yeah, we're heading back to the city.
Time to give the old Bumblewolves a visit, as they
Yeah.
say here, right? Right?
No,
Oh.
no.
I don't think that's a thing.
No, they do not. Nobody says that.
Oh.
Well, Marsh just said it, so apparently one person does.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure that's how all of those
I-
sayings start. Is one person says it and everyone else just catches on.
I just kind of lean in. It's like, I thought we're trying to be discreet.
Please explain to me how that was discreet.
Because I'm mentioning we're not going to the city.
Well, you're outside at this point. So don't worry.
Even though no one's near, I still try to lean in and lower my voice like I'm telling a secret.
Gonna be the best of friends forever. All right. Well,
Dominic's just like, this entire time he's just plotting our deaths. It's like, how can I off these two idiots and just take their share of the 200 gold a month too?
Secret final boss of the campaign. It's
Just
me.
Dominic. Just completely done with our bullshit.
And Nick's tired of us.
bonus points if you team up with Brisket. All right. So the way you've been going out of town every time leads you by Madge's house, and now you, map in hand, have an option. You can try and retrace your steps through to the outer town, which will still lead you to the city, or you can take the slightly longer route that doesn't take you through a ghostly town.
Probably want to delay having to go through zombie-infested towns as long as possible.
Yeah, probably. So even if we have to take a little bit longer of a trek to get there, if it means less zombies to deal with, then I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
We've been getting pretty good at dealing with zombies, though.
You
Have
want to
we?
have to be.
Well, most of them.
Marsh, since you're kind of more familiar with the path that you're taking, because it's surprisingly similar to the one you took the previous day.
Hey.
The path to the town had those sort of place markers, the glowy branches that you now are, all of you, very noticeably aware of during the day, having seen them at night. Let's roll me some survival checks to go the longer way around.
Boop. 11.
Survival. 9.
2. That's a natural one.
Natural
Woohoo!
one. All right, so
We
Nick,
are doing
I like
good.
To think you're like reluctantly relying on Marsh.
No,
Yeah, I don't know what
I
I'm
know
doing
the
in
things that Marsh is good at. This is one of them.
Hey.
He's taking the lead.
Yeah, so I presume Marsh, you're do you want to retrace your steps to pass the houses that you did before, which shows like the longer but clearer path?
Yeah, I think what I want to do is I want to head to the houses and then from there follow the blue plant things, because I'm pretty sure that will save us a bit of time and also be safe.
If you reconnect with the blue plant things, they will take you closer to the outer city.
That'll take us back to the more zombies.
Okay, then I'll basically just try to find a path that's a little bit quieter than after we head to the houses.
Yeah.
So are these the houses that you were talking about going to visit?
Oh yeah, no, I've already visited. Not much to show. I mean, you could probably use it in a cinch. It's a cool mirror if you want to look. It's like made out of like mahogany or something.
Mahogany.
Mahogany.
So if that's the way you're going, it was only an hour to get there, and you guys are feeling, pretty bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and it wouldn't take you long to get there at all with Marsh's keen senses.
And maybe slight memory.
Oh yeah, sorry, and memory, of course. You do have memory of all the things you've unfortunately said.
Oh no.
Yes, you are self-aware, I like to think. Like, you should know.
Who
What?
knows?
As it turns out, Marsh was the construct all along.
Beep, boop.
So yeah, are we just gonna keep heading towards the main city?
I think
Or are
so,
you
yeah.
stopping to check out anything?
The only thing I
Yeah.
pointed out was the mirror, so unless people are really excited about the mirror.
No.
Naroke doesn't really
Alright,
care about the
so-
mirror, so.
No. All right. So this is where you've come up to the two houses. Marsh, you're content to just leave it be. Everyone's content to pass by.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's that down there? Like the two looks like piles of disturbed earth.
I'm pretty sure those are graves
Oh, fun.
with flowers.
Oh, that
on
wasn't
one
me.
of them.
That wasn't me.
Are you
I didn't
certain?
think they buried people around here.
Those are definitely graves. Yeah,
Huh.
with some noticeable white flowers sprouting from one.
Oh wait, flowers, you say?
Adding more
I'm
fuel to
mosey
that.
on over there.
Oh god.
Is it the what kind of white flower?
Well, the very familiar, because if you'll recall, you found these floating in a marshy kind of swamp outside Black Falls. These are indeed dryathamine flowers. You've seen them before.
I collect a
Starting up.
couple.
All right. Yep. You have a few more.
You know,
You guys
one of
want
these
perception
days,
checks?
the cops are gonna come and stop him and want to check out his stuff, and we're all
Oh.
gonna get arrested.
Gonna get a pat down.
They can't search us without a warrant. 21.
You won.
I'll
Nope,
say
whoopsie,
I was
that was the
focused
wrong
on
one.
picking the flowers.
Ignore the persuasion. Eye perception.
Okay.
19.
Oh, 19. And sorry, Tom, what was your
Oh, okay. I'll just give him a quick roll. 20.
We're about to be
Oh,
accosted
crap,
by
really?
bandits, aren't we?
not natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, that's still pretty darn awesome. Okay, so you all hear this. It's some faint sort of weeping, like otherworldly kind of weeping.
Oh,
Not like
God.
a child.
Is this like our thorny marsh lady again?
Well, it's funny because like you hear it in your head and it's hard to discern where it's coming from.
It's our swamp lady.
And,
She's back.
If I kind of put the flowers back, do I hear any change in volume of the, or do I still hear it? Okay,
It's
then I immediately
nothing's changed.
then I immediately take it back, and I'm like,
Like-
yeah, that wasn't there before.
Uh,
That's basically what I was doing.
That's awesome. It's like, I'll put it back. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you don't care? I guess I'll take it.
So while it's hard to discern because it's just in your ears, it's rattling around in your head. You feel it getting louder. This otherworldly weeping.
I'm gonna walk up to the well and just gonna peek down and
There would have been a great Ring cameo thing to do here, and I didn't think of that. I'm really sad. But Marsh, you're the first to see this. From the brambles and the thickets to your left, you see rise up a tall, lanky figure made of thorns.
This is the
and
same one as
weeds
last time?
And bramble. And it grows tall and it raises up its arms, but you notice the right arm is missing. And then it gives out a ghastly wail, which you now all can hear and see coming from the weed wraith.
Do we
She's
really
back.
have to do this again? I yelled towards the wraith. Like, we could just leave.
And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Guys, we made a friend.
We did. It's
I
our
wasn't
first
expecting
reoccurring
this to
villain.
be I didn't expect, this out of all the things. I was really hoping for the Bumblewolves.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure we'll encounter more of those along the way too.
Totally natural ecosystem.
I'm just waiting for the
Uh,
zombies.
Okay,
You know.
that one got me.
It was bad the first time, it's bad the second time, it'll be bad the next time you think.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I regret nothing.
Yeah, so a huge thank you to all my players that are putting up with this shit show of a campaign, and thanks to anyone that's still watching. I really appreciate you guys being here. We will be back in 2 weeks' time to continue the story, and next week, if you still need some D&D, Giggles campaign will be running. And you should check it out, because we all almost died last time, so, there's chaos.
She's not wrong.
Replace all the player characters.
We almost did. We almost lost Jamie. Jamie's character went down and had had failed 2 death saves.
Oof.
Yup.
Well, thank you for putting up with our bullshit, Mel.
Yep.
Oh, no, it's great. You guys are great. I love it. I didn't need those brain cells anyways.
I was just still surprised how you handled the hand thing. It's like, what?
Yeah. It's what I do.
Ooh, hello. Oh, goodbye.
Yeah,
Nope.
Yep. Yeah, we've got my campaign next week. Back to Mel's campaign the week after that. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and peace.
With a creepy puppet hand. Bye.
Why?